Hey guys.
Rock
still sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does. I was thinking maybe he could do a little like lower master of that. Just a little
It's loud.
little bit you
A little
know.
bit less
I'm
on
sure
the
some
loud
people
button.
have the loud stuff on, you know, like going and bam.
Yeah, man.
You take that
Fucking
down
right.
a couple dB.
Yeah, I could do that. We could do a slight remaster. Just take it down a little
Oh
bit.
man, that's half the fun, though, right? Blazing.
Oh
light.
man.
That's
Well,
true.
you know,
I
given that these with the time zone changes, it's now a 7 a.m. start for me. It's not a bad way to kickstart the day.
Oh yeah.
It's almost as good as coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
we should do sometime. You know, have you seen this guy on the internet, the slightly technical guy?
Yeah.
Right?
He's good.
Yeah. I know.
He's
that one.
fucking hilarious. And
He's good.
and the man, the whole skit of the Mesa Boogie
Yeah.
with the benzos and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like
It does
dying.
work on these things.
I haven't seen this guy. I need to see this.
Oh,
guy.
You haven't
yeah.
seen Slightly Technical?
Is
he
I think
shit.
is he German or
no,
something?
he's in shit. I corresponded with him. He's in, is it Bulgaria or something?
Yeah, I think he's in Bulgaria or somewhere like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Or wait a minute, maybe not Bulgaria. But anyway,
He's got good content.
he really great content, and like he's a great talker, and I think he'd be hilarious to have on, just
Yeah.
fucking yakking.
So,
Yeah.
He's a funny
So
motherfucker.
is he doing like amp repair stuff on there, or like what?
Well, not exactly. His content is kind of high. I mean, the way he presents it is pretty high end. Like, it's not like a guy just sitting at a bench or anything. You know, he's talking about all sorts of things, pedals and
Yeah,
amps
it's-
and things, all sorts of things. I mean, he's an engineer, obviously. Like, he's got a pretty strong background, I think. And but he's younger. He doesn't seem that old. I mean, probably your age, Dan.
Yeah. Probably
not
about
old,
nice.
not old like you and me, Dave.
Not
yeah.
old. Like, yeah, exactly.
Is it like when you started to describe him, I was picturing like a European version of Brad, in terms of his sense of humor, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, in some respects, yes.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I can see that a little bit.
I think I reposted one of his things on the Mesa Boogie thing. I think I reposted it on my Facebook or something. I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
Or maybe Facebook, Instagram. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, he popped up in
Shared.
my algorithm like 6 months ago, I think.
Yeah, I contacted him because he did a little thing where some guy he brought him a Marshall and he wanted like the Friedman sound or something, you know, and he did the whole thing, but he did a LND, I think it was an LND little cathode follower thing.
Oh yeah, cool.
Get an extra
nice.
stage
Yeah.
out of it without filling another hole.
Cool.
And I was kind of curious, so I messaged him, and he said, "Hey, much respect and all that." I go, "So what was the circuit you used in that? Because it sounded good in the little video clip that he did." I'm like, "On what was it exactly?" Like, you know, and he just sent it to me, and
Cool.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So you guys will know, Alex Catlow from Sirius
Yeah.
Amps here in Oz, and Alex hasn't been that well for a little while, but
yes, I heard.
he's on the improve. He told me last week, so I was really stoked to hear that. But he played around with that. I remember him because he was always get in there and experiment with stuff. He set up an LND driven cathode follower. I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. Yeah,
I could send it. I'll send you what this guy did. It was he claims you can't tell the difference.
yeah. Well,
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried it, Joe.
Could be close.
Every time I look to try it, I'm like, I got to fit all those parts somewhere. Where are they going to go? I'm like just thinking about like, where are they going to go? I need a little PC board for it that I could just tack in. You know, and that'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work better.
L&D clean channel sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works
definitely
fine.
Yeah.
yeah, L&D. Those are good little mod boards, aren't they? I should draw them up.
Yeah. You
all
got
that free time that I've got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's easy enough. We know what we're doing.
you 5 minutes. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Well, Dan, Dan will knock them up this afternoon.
Yeah, totally. I play around with the LNDs. Works good. Like, I mean, I haven't really like directly A/B'd it versus like a tube cathode full or anything, but I mean, I don't really care for it to be identical. Like, I'm always thinking along the lines of, okay, is this really cool? If it's cool, great.
They're an interesting
play
thing.
it.
Shay, you and I actually chatted about this last week, man, just by coincidence, is that when you start adding LND 150s onto your B plus string, you obviously changes the current draw through the amp.
Mhm.
Sure.
And will impact all through the stages, right? Which can be something that you're after or not. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you just gotta adjust the B plus.
Yeah, adjust accordingly. But yeah.
Yep.
Just like adding another tube also impacts the,
Exactly.
it's the same thing, really.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to readjust the voltages and readjust.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, I want to call out a couple of guys in the chat. We've got a good number of people already listening to this, so which is good. Thanks for everyone jumping in. So
Tracy here yet?
Guys. Yeah, Tracy is here. The other
knew
John
he'd be
Brown.
John Brown, what's up, dude?
It's good that we're doing this at a time of the day where the guys in the EU can tune in. Tracy, Tracy's got the preamp that Michael Nielsen just did a review. It's now with Tracy to have a play with. So doing the
Very
rounds.
cool.
Yeah.
You may as well send it over here too.
Yeah. I know what you'll do. You'll just pull the roof off it straight away. like you did with my altar when I came to visit you.
And like you wouldn't do the same thing?
Of course I do the same thing. Well, I might turn it on first, but probably not. I'll just pull it straight out of the chair.
Yeah, we're all guilty of it.
We're all too curious.
Curious.
That's how we roll.
Because what's cool is when you open it up and you go, "Ooh, that's nice." You're like, "Hey, that's great."
Man, that's the thing. I like when I first got into this, I was way more interested in the circuits. What's it? What cathode resistor and blah blah blah. Now I'm way more interested in the engineering side. Like, how's it put together? What construction method?
Same.
You know what I mean? Because that's the whole tricky part of the whole thing. Like getting that, particularly something complex, into a small box, like managing the real estate that's available, and that's really interesting to me.
Which is why I sent you that thing that I sent you.
Yeah,
to look at.
It's nice that the way that's drawn up, David, like the way that it includes the layout in the chassis and all that's really cool.
Oh yeah. The 3D kind of model of it in the chassis, and I mean, there's more 3D stuff too. I just didn't send that, but
well, good.
Yeah, because he does all the mechanical engineering too. So
yes, well, yeah. So we're talking about Tracy, right? And I had the privilege of meeting Tracy when I think the first time I came to visit you, man. And we had lunch at that pub.
Yeah, I had. The pub's gone now.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I've had experiences of doing work with PC board guys that use a separate mechanical engineer, and then one altogether. And let me tell you, altogether is much better.
Yeah,
it just because there's always some sort of disconnect between, and it's just I can't.
I've been blessed by Jason Tong Engineering the whole time. So
yeah,
been quite nice.
Yeah, I have my own method. Like you kind of like get lining up, because obviously when it comes to this stuff, you've got, once you get into the PC board realm, and with custom cut chassis, obviously everything has to line up perfectly. There's no room for any error. You know what I mean? So until you actually get all that stuff in physical form and put it all together, obviously that's the final confirmation. But you have to do all that in CAD.
Yeah, but you can do the whole 3D model where that everything fits.
Yeah.
It's just
they're all like, it's just
a lot to know.
It is a lot.
I think I remember you talking to Tracy about that when
I did, man. Yeah,
we were
first
talking
thing
to
I asked
Tracy
him.
about that, and he's like, "Yeah."
First thing I asked him, other than how you going, I said, "What are you using?" And he's SolidWorks is what he told me.
Yeah.
Which is one of the many kind of CAD things out there. But the good thing about that is that package is integrated with the PC design stuff, so it all kind of synchronizes through. And I've got that going, and I'm using a different set of software packages, but it's a little bit. I've got to kind of crank the handle a little bit to import and export. It's not all completely automatic, but yeah, you end up with your own method that works. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's probably not what they would teach engineers these days, but it's a method that works for me.
Yeah, I mean, like he was always like, whatever works for me, because I've been using it for a million years,
Exactly.
and that's what works for me. And learning something new does not work for me.
This is it, and you get like all these things can do 1,000 different types of designs, and I'm only looking to kind of leverage a couple of different ways. So you figure out your own use case for it, don't you? And then and then go from there. But yeah. So Dan, let's talk about you, man. You just got back from. Have we do the?
We're ready for boat story.
Yeah, we're ready for the cruise story.
And the best part is come on.
There we go.
Really?
Oh man.
There we go.
Takes a minute.
There we go, man.
Yeah.
So,
and the best part is Dan's still drinking.
Yeah.
I am actually still drinking.
Unreal.
Just a little one.
Much respect.
When did you get home?
I got home yesterday. Yeah. Okay. And so we were out basically from Saturday to Saturday. And it was a crazy week on the Monsters Rock cruise. We flew out to Miami, stayed the night, and then the following day we started on the cruise on the Sunday afternoon. And I mean, from the minute you get on there, I mean, it's just everything cranked to 11. I mean, there is no downtime on that thing. Yeah. Everywhere you go, there's a gig happening. There's multiple gigs happening. 3 at a time. You can't even really catch everything because it's like overlap.
They've got 3 stages running pretty much the whole.
More than that. There was the outdoor, the big outdoor top deck pool stage, which is like for the big headliners. They had another outdoor one on the top floor, actually one floor up from that. It's like a little back area of the boat that's it's like another deck with a bar and everything. We played on there one of the times. Then they had like a big like a high ceiling diner that's all been like emptied and turned into a big stage. We played in that one, and then there was another one on one of the main floors, just in the middle of the, like the walkway going through the atrium. Then there's a big theater, like a proper, like a big theater venue inside. Then there's all the restaurants that have got stages inside of them as well. Wow. So basically, there's like, even if it's like not big enough to have like a whole band playing on the area, they've got someone guesting and doing like a solo show on there and stuff. So it's full on the whole time. And there was definitely a lot of partying, drinking and chaos that ensued throughout the whole trip.
Any good stories?
My liver hurts just thinking about this.
I know.
And I'm going to do that. I'm going next year.
Oh, well, maybe I'll go again. Who knows? Like, it'd be great. Then it's going to be a real liver punishing fest, right?
Oh no, that's really bad.
Yeah. So, let me think.
Tracy, don't worry. I won't hand you the out-of-tune guitar.
Oh yeah. We basically, I went there with the band, the Raven Age, from here in the UK. I'm good friends with the guitar player, and he couldn't make it, so they drafted me in for the shows. And so luckily for us, I mean, we got all the gigs out of the way in the first 2 days. So then basically the whole rest of it was just fun time, which is really cool. But you don't actually, if you go on board and you don't buy like the drinks package, which is about $600 or $700, then you've got to pay like a la carte for your drinks like the whole time, and it's fucking expensive as hell. It's like it's way more than London prices for like beer and spirits and everything.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
so
I
it's
bet.
Wow.
you know,
Yeah. Wow.
$15 for like a little beer. You know,
Oh yeah,
stuff like that.
believe
So
that.
It's like
Yeah.
that's like festival
We go-
prices, isn't
yeah.
it? If you're at like
yeah, but it's even
yeah.
more than we pay at festivals here. You know, and so it was crazy expensive, but we happened to make a lot of friends on board who had the drinks package. And they basically were saying, well, we get unlimited drinks for the price. So like, if we see you around, we'll just bring you stuff. So we were kind of relying on that, you know, and that was
Amazing.
that was working out quite good for us for a while. Then when we played the gigs, suddenly they rolled in these riders for us that were like 2 big coolers just filled with everything. And as you can imagine, I mean, you can't really get through that stuff when you're playing on stage. So obviously, we took the whole thing back to the room.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
had like 4 freezer boxes in the room filled with Jack. You know, 2 liters of Jack,
Yeah.
various bottles of wine, probably 60 beers. You know, whatever else we needed. So yeah, it was pretty full on. As far as the whole thing, outside of all the drinking and all that kind of shit. You know, playing on the cruise was great, but the tricky thing was the first 3 days we had really choppy waters, and the boat was just like the ship was literally doing this the whole time. Like one of the bands, for example, like Crazy Licks had to cancel their set because the singer was so violently ill from the motion sickness and everything.
Oh yeah.
People were vomiting all over the place, and it was just pretty
Good
fucking
times.
bad.
Yeah, good
it was good.
times.
Yeah. So
Note
like,
to self.
we
Bottle of
played.
Dramamine.
Yeah, we
Dramamine, yeah,
hit the
that's the
stage
one.
on the Monday. We hit the stage at noon, and I mean it was crazy fucking hot outside, and we're all dressed in like all the stage gear, all the leathers and everything, and we're just getting sunburned and cooked to fuck. And the ship is just literally like going like this. Like I put my foot up on the floor monitor for a solo and nearly just went arse backwards across the stage. I mean, it was brutal. And it actually happened on both of our gigs. We played like midday on the Monday, and then we played at midnight on the Tuesday, and that was kind of already a little tough, because there'd been a little bit of drinking in the day. So
Oh yeah.
playing a late gig was quite
Lots
tough.
of Dramamine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
That's an extra
Heavy
level
doses
challenge,
of
isn't it?
Dramamine.
yeah, man, exactly. Yeah, so it was pretty crazy shit. But it was such good fun. I mean, the cool thing is we got to watch like so many cool bands, and like I got to meet a bunch of cool people. I got to meet like Zach and Black Label. I got to meet Akira Takasaki from Loudness.
I saw
Absolutely.
you. Yeah,
Dude, one of the best like epic guitar tones and playing you can hear.
Yep.
I mean, he just sounds the same no matter what rig he plays through. He's just got that sound, and it just sounded incredible. It was crazy loud. Like they were playing on the outside stage when it was like the hottest weather, and they actually had to wrap the Marshall heads in like foil to stop the heat from getting in, because I think they were just shutting down. It was just so hot, everything was just cooking basically.
Holy shit!
Oh.
Yeah, I got a picture of him like playing on there, and they've got like it's almost like the reverse of like a cooler bag or something.
Yeah.
And they've got like wrapped around the heads.
Yeah. I'm gonna see him when I'm in Japan. I'm going to the show. Actually, I mean I know him, and I'm gonna go. We're going to the show, and we might go to a rehearsal or something. So that should be fun. Should be interesting.
Man, it'd be great. He's such a nice guy.
He's a nice
really
guy.
Cool.
Not much English.
No, he understood me and everything, but he was awesome. I mean, that was just really cool. Just the whole experience was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
You're just surrounded by all these like rock stars and everything, and it's kind of like, so and so's over there. Oh, that someone's there. You go for a piss and you stood next to someone famous. And it's like just.
Well, Dan Gower was there too. I mean,
exactly.
There you go.
It was fucking great. But now I'm jet lagged to hell, and I've got sea legs. So I'm just like, every time I'm stood there, I'm just like still doing this right now, and it's just.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit.
Yep.
Well, we're only doing about 2-hour chat, right? So this won't be
so good.
It won't be a super long one.
No. So man, So I want to hear from Dave and Shea too. It's been like 6 weeks at least, I think, since we caught up. But have you got any stories that'll top Dan's?
No,
Go
I
for it,
don't
Dave.
think so. No, I don't think you
What do you-
can top that. I mean, wait a minute. I went to Jerry Cantrell's birthday party
Oh yeah, cool.
in,
There
in
you
that
go. Awesome.
midterm, and
That's cool.
that's always an interesting group of characters.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, everyone under the sun. You never know who you're going to see exactly, but everyone under the sun. You know, Gavin Rosdale and Billy Duffy's always there, and you know, Robert DeLeo, and I mean, the year before Dean was there also, and then you see, you know, Doug Pinnick and Mike Borden, and who else was there this year? I mean, crazy. I mean, like all sorts of from anywhere from actors, like John Kreese. This actor John Kreese was there. He was in like the White Lotus shows and stuff, and he was there. And then then you get the year before it was like Marilyn Manson's there, and I've been there when Steven Tyler's there, Ann Wilson's there. It's just like it's always an interesting blend of crazy stuff. But every year he has it, I'm there. That's a nice open bar, and
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
fun at his house, and you never know who you're going to talk to. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, Shea? What have you been up to, man?
Oh man, building a bunch of amps. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm seeing them in my dreams again. It's just amp after amp. But yeah, I'm not getting through this run. I should be invoicing some guys tomorrow, shipping out about 5 amps this coming week. And then, we got a bunch of mods after that. But after we talked this last month, I did get out to one show up in Indianapolis. This band called Haunt, Haunt. They were killer, like classic metal, like really, I mean, kind of Dawkins-ish stuff. They're from California, but they were killer live. And it was an awesome show. Every band was playing real amps. Like it was 5 bands and they all played real amps. I'm just like, yes, this is exactly where I want to be. Yeah.
Robert.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, had you guys heard of that band? Because until you mentioned them to me, I'd never really checked them out. But man, that's like proper old school.
Yeah.
Like actual guitar solos and stuff, Like,
yeah.
I went to see Burning Witches the other night.
How was it?
It was great. It was that old,
Yeah.
it's funny because it's like that old school. Well, I know Cece, Courtney Cox really well because she's a Friedman artist, but I've known her since way before she got in that band. So she invited me down, and it's like the last few times I'm like, I didn't go the last few times. So I'm like, okay, I guess I got to go this time.
Yeah.
And so it's like Tracy Guns and I went together because he's like, I'm going to go. He toured with her and Burning Witches. So he's like, I want to go hang out for the night. So yeah, that was interesting because it just reminded me of my childhood. So my childhood, the new wave of British heavy metal, happened, when, you had all those really heavy bands that were kind of in the vein of what they're doing. You had, then you also had, bands like, King Diamond and things like that and all that crazy stuff. And all of this reminded me very much of that kind of era. And because of that, it was like, I like this more than I thought I was going to like this.
Yeah.
And the lead singer's a beast, man. She just kills of that band. It's fun.
They're really fucking cool.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. What have you been up to, Jason? What about you, man?
Oh man, look, I think given it's, as I said, it's probably at least 6 weeks since we did this last time. I think the very next weekend I had the Sydney guitar show, so that was packed up the van and drove all my stuff up for that. So I was on the stand with Charles Cillier. So I know Dave.
Did
know
you buy a
Charles.
guitar?
Oh man,
It's tempted, right?
I don't want to play. I mean, I love his guitars; they're amazing. But it's almost at the point where it's like I can't pick these up because if I pick these up, I'm going to take them home. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like, what did you say about his guitars, Dave? As good as it
Perfection.
gets.
Yeah, it doesn't get
Perfection.
any better. Actually,
Doesn't get any better. That's the line.
It. I mean, as far as like the craft and how he puts it together and the flame top and the paint jobs and it's just and utter perfection on every part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's in complete control. So I spent some time at his shop, the day before, and he does everything.
Yeah.
Like start to finish, even like from choosing the wood all the way through to tuning the guitar up at the end. Like it's everything. Even at the pickup level, like he's winding his own stuff, and
you're buying a handcrafted instrument by him.
Handcrafted instrument. So,
I'm going to
So it was good.
Going to talk you into one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm coming back. I'm looking at my stuff over here. I'm thinking, what am I selling?
How many guitars do I have to sell for one?
What am I selling for? I just want one of those. Yeah, so that'll happen for sure. I think I've got.
How much are they?
Look,
pricey.
Well, look, depends. It depends.
Depends on what you get. Yeah,
depends on what you get. Like if you got something like what Dave's got, it's going to be
like Are we talking like for $5,000 guitar? 6,000?
Yeah, roughly.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think at the kind of bolt-on neck, solid body, Strat style thing, you're probably 4.5, 5, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then if you got
it goes up.
Yeah, it goes up from there.
Probably goes
like
up
he's got a small body 335 style guitars would be more towards the
Yeah, but
I don't know, man.
But everything is perfect. I mean, like the binding on the edge of the neck is flame maple, and it's literally a flame maple edged binding. And it's just like you're looking at it, just going, "That's insane."
It's awesome to be on the stand with Charles. I mean, he's a great hang, right? He's such a great guy, and but because he's got a great eye for detail in terms of setup, like setting the booth up and how things are going to look visually, and because his guitars and the way that he lights them up, they just look incredible. So they bring people in,
Yeah.
So we were just rushed. We just had tons of people at the booth, like solid the whole time. So it was really good.
Yeah. Awesome,
came away with a bunch of orders, so made it all worthwhile. So it's all good.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, it's cool. The Australia thing that you got going on. I mean, people really love that. The head first, like people in Australia, like are going, yeah, there's a dude in Australia making amps, and then so it's like, it's good for you. It's great.
Yeah, there's an element of that. I think that it's been interesting to see that develop because I've had to be patient for that. Like, I think when I first started it, it was like, oh, it's Australian made, so it can't be any good. You have to buy. You know what I mean? There's this thing in the Australian culture. I don't know whether it's the same.
It's a British thing as well. It's
Yeah.
a British thing too,
Yeah.
100%, mate. This is where the Aussies and the Brits have got a lot in common.
Oh yeah, well we probably inherited it from you guys, right? So it's like
100%, mate.
Yeah, well, totally, man. It's like if it's locally made, then it must be shit, right? You have to buy from the US or you have to buy from Germany or whatever, you know. But it has changed, and now it's like oh fuck yeah, I'll fucking buy something locally. That's awesome, you know. So yeah, just takes time.
Yeah, man, it was the same for me. Like, especially like doing this kind of work in more recent years, like people are giving me way more like respect and everything. But like at the beginning, a lot of people were just like, you know, just sort of like contacting me, like give me like lowball offers to do like 2-channel mods and things, and it's just like,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they just thought, oh, he's English, so it's probably shit, you know.
It's
so
it's like what people don't understand with the prices of mods is, do you know how long these take?
Oh man, you know what?
You get next to me, while I do it, and we'll see how long you can suffer it. You know.
I always like. See, I'm doing mods. I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, I quoted a price, and then I get done with it. I'm like, fuck, that was too cheap.
Yeah,
Same.
I didn't make
For
any
the
money
amount of
doing
work
this.
I had to do.
Yeah,
Too cheap.
Because then you get into the weeds about like like if you mod a reissue, shall we say a reissue JCM900 or something, it's generally like it's already solid, like it's already like working, it's good, and you can manipulate it, and it's all great. When you're modding old amps, it's like, what kind of shit did they do to it to begin with?
You don't know
how much
point is.
restoration work do I have to do to make it just working great before I mod it?
Yeah.
Then there's
absolutely.
filter caps, drilling all
then
the holes.
filter caps. I might have to replace those maybe depending on the situation, and you're just like, oh god.
Yeah.
It's really shit when you open up an amp and you discover it's had all like the transformers change, and the person's just literally, they haven't like lead dressed it properly. And I mean, you can't just leave that stuff just like a rat's nest. It's literally going to cause noise and it won't function properly, right?
And then
it takes ages to change all that stuff out, because then you got to go like taking it off the tube sockets if it's connected there, like the heaters and stuff, and you got to then clean the solder lugs and all the rest of everything, just to even put new wiring in.
Yeah,
it's a freaking awful job. So
recently the pain in the ass for me has been the damn filter caps, because it's like, if I'm going to do a high gain mod, it's like I almost have to replace them every single time,
Same.
and replacing 6 of those and a 100-watt head takes a while, but
it's an hour.
I mean, most of the
solid hour.
Most of the cost, people sometimes bitch. They go, man, there's like $5 worth of parts in here, but it's like you're paying for really the expertise, the layout, all. You can pull up a schematic, a high gain schematic, and just give it to anybody and say, go ahead, put that in there.
Have fun.
Yeah, see if that'll work.
Yeah, exactly right.
Just on the on the filter cap one, I got a great tip from watching one of Brad's videos, where just on all the old Dale caps, that they're all, the tags are eyelet, right? So he just came along with some cutters and clipped the tops, and then you can pull the wires straight out. So man, it's really quick, because if you're trying to thread all the wires through those little holes, you inevitably end up burning the shield, and you got to start again and blah blah blah. So that's super quick. Yeah, but man, you never know what your starting point is, as you say, with that stuff, right? So I did a bunch of restorations on some early 70s Marshalls just in the last couple of weeks. I always like to have just a few old amps sitting there to fill in time between different things I'm working on,
Yeah.
And the owner of this guy owned 3 of these things. Said they're all stock, I got a 72 super bass and a 73 this or whatever.
Famous
man, I could call him, dude. These are fucking not stock, man. Every single one of them, right? We've talked about this before. An amp of that vintage, those old Marshalls, how often do you open one up and it's dead factory stock?
That's rarely.
And
5%, less than 5%.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, it's a 1975 Marshall Super Lead 4 input. Oh no. And then you look inside and you're like, oh, I see a ton of caps replaced on the board. What does the bottom side look like?
Oh man.
And then you flip the board over and you're like, oh god.
Yeah,
a bunch of
you're gonna be sitting there.
The traces are all fucking coming up everywhere, and you're like tacked together, which you can fix, but it just takes time. I mean,
it's fiddly, isn't it? You got to sit there scraping back the the board material to get to the new copper. And
I hate modding that era.
Oh yeah, same.
I hate modding that era. If I can just skip over to like 78, it's okay. I mean, those traces can lift too, but they lift less. But that first era circuit board was the absolute utter worst.
Oh yeah,
man, not awesome.
You can fix it. You can make it. It just takes time.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
You tack on a few extra hours to your bill.
Yeah.
Why is my bill $200 more? Well, that's because I spent 2 hours fixing your amp.
All you need to do, right? So I had a trade in here, like a plumber came in to fix something in the house here about a month ago.
Yeah.
And then I remember him telling me, he quoted, he said, it's going to be $1,500 to do this work. I'm like, what? You kidding? So we went through it all, and I was like, oh, okay, that's right. And then I'm thinking about like when I do mod work, just what we were saying before, right? About the effort, the level of expertise that we've built up as well.
Yeah.
Right. It's worth something, And I was like, oh, I'm not charging enough for this stuff, Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Damn straight.
good.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is a tricky one,
It's like the level of expertise that you've developed over the years of doing it, right? So I had a friend that brought an amp to me the other day that, I mean, he's actually a tech, and he was like, yeah, I'm having this problem. I mean, he works for me sometimes. So I'm having this problem with this one amp that I built, and it's doing this. And I think that maybe we determined in the end that the transformer was fucked, but the power transformer, but why it got fucked in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So we replaced the power transformer, and the first filter cap in the first stage was heating up and like burning.
Wow.
You could feel it heat up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, because just from experience, I'm going, by chance, you wouldn't have nicked the insulation on the filter cap, would you have?
Mm-hmm.
So he took the filter cap out and found, and he measured, he goes, I measured 1.5 meg to ground off the, the ground of this, and you shouldn't measure anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I'll bet if you take that cap out, you nicked the insulation on the outside of the filter cap, and because they're in series, and it's the first one, there's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, the clamps that he used had a little leg that was sticking in, and it had a little point on it, and it had caused that little, and it was barely there. I mean, like I said, it's not fully grounded, but it was measuring some resistance to ground. And I'm like going, that's it. And like he cooked a power transformer because of it.
I bet.
Oh, man,
that could cause some smoke.
And I go, I've never seen that. And I go, I have once before. So I remembered, I go, I bet it's this. Because it couldn't have been anything else. It was just a real simple, even it was just isolated to that first stage. It's like it's something stupid.
Yeah, it can happen. It's just from experience that you just know this stuff, and you just seen similar things, so you at least have an idea of where to start looking.
Right.
Your detective work gets better and better over the years of doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets a lot easier for sure.
Yeah. And if you're doing a lot of repairs on things and stuff, you really see it. I mean, if you're just building new amps, you don't see it as much. But when you start doing repairs on all this old shit, you start seeing things over and over again. And you just mental note. Oh yeah, I've never seen a shorted choke before, but in this amp, I had a shorted choke, so now I know what to look for.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
I've never seen
that.
I've seen that
with a Fender Twin.
I've had 3 of those in old Marshalls now.
Really?
So I checked for it.
Wow, I've never had it in a Marshall.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, and you can see, right? Because it's really easy to detect it, because I mean you can hear the hum. Right? Those ones where you're like, it's like this thing's fucking sick, right? No, it's not good. And you just put your meter on AC and put it straight on the screen node. And if you've still got 2 volts or 3 volts there AC, it's fucked, right?
Yeah,
it's like
exactly. It's just noisy as hell there, isn't it? When it's bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. We've got a couple of super chats here, guys, which I think we should get to,
all right,
and then we'll get into. We've got a guest coming into the chat, guys. We've got a guest that we'll bring in, and then we'll get into this this 900 SL-X discussion, which should be fun. It's not an amp that I know heaps about, actually. So I think we'll be doing some learning and as we go.
In Me the too. Schematic, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It looks really fucking fascinating. Okay, so Real Amps are dead. Thanks for jumping in with the super chat, brother. What is your method to detect crosstalk?
Ooh.
I wonder what he means by crosstalk, like in like the design of a amp.
Maybe between channels, maybe.
You mean perhaps he means like coupling, parts of the circuit where. I mean, if you think about it, it could be bleed and things like that. You know, like where you got wonky lead dress and stuff like that, and you got bleed happening. So, I mean, I'll go first if you want.
Go ahead. I got
a simple way, right? If you've got something like I don't know, like a metal ruler, for example, or if you take like a little piece of metal, like a piece of aluminium or something, and if you just ground it and make sure that you've like wrapped it in something, or you wear a rubber glove, when you start poking this around inside, but you put it between areas and you might start noticing. Yeah, and exactly. So you basically start putting it in different areas, and you might actually suddenly hear when you've got like a signal gen going into the front of the amp, or even just a guitar signal, that suddenly you drop that in somewhere while it's grounded, and it suddenly starts to sound different. Maybe it sounds better, maybe it sounds worse. I don't know. It could be either way, but it's a simple kind of non-scientific way to poke around inside an amp. But you just, like I say, you got to be really careful. You don't like go holding a piece of metal and touching a plate resistor or something.
How many times have you actually isolated that thing so you don't get shocked? No, you just fucking clip the clip lead on and fucking take your hand and move.
Yeah.
Oh god.
100%. We've all done it, right? And you end up like halfway across the room, like 10 minutes later, And
get too comfortable in there.
But I think he was like, that's how to detect how to fix it, but how to detect if you have crosstalk. Often you find crosstalk with effects loops and things like that. So like if say the amp has a pre-master volume and a post-master volume, right? So if you turn the post-master volume up like all the way and turn the pre-master volume down all the way and play into the amp, and if you're still hearing bleed through, you have a bleed problem.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was going to say right here.
Now, to what extent is the question? How loud is that? If it's really, really on those extreme settings, if it's really, really barely there and you can just faintly hear it, it's not really a problem.
Yeah.
But if it's particularly loud, like in some old Jose amps.
Yeah. 100%.
Then it becomes a real problem, especially if you're using the loop for effects or something, or the other test is you can put a volume pedal in the loop of an amp and turn the volume pedal to 0. You shouldn't hear anything anymore.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. 100%.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Again, if you hear the faintest of sound, I deem that as okay. I mean, like,
it's fine. I mean,
just a normal. Tiny bit, but a tiny bit. But your ultimate goal is to have none.
Yeah.
Always. And then after you determine that, it's Dan's method of using a metal ruler grounded, and you're finding where it's coupling in.
Yeah.
And then there's ways to fix that. In mods, man, that's the worst. I mean, in mods, who knows what you're going to have to do. Sometimes you got to move the EQ parts to the pots, to keep it, out of the thing. Sometimes, generally speaking, it's always from the cathode follower point of the amp bleeding into something else. Yeah. So when I'm doing new designs, I'm like overly cautious. How close is the input of the phase inverter to the cathode follower, and how far can we get this apart? I want it as far apart as humanly possible, in a design. And then when you get into multi-channel amps, the other thing that is important is that the other channels are muted, shunted to ground.
Yeah.
So you're not bleeding signal through the other channels, and they're coupling to other channels and so forth. So that's really an important thing also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to mute it quite early on too, Dave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
I think the Jose
Yeah,
the
well-
Jose
well
master
said.
mod, when someone people get into that
Oh,
part of the modding realm, and then they move the position of the master volume in the circuit from post tone stack to pre tone stack. There's a big learning curve there, right, in terms of layout and bleed, because
Very much.
if you guys think about it, right, when the master volume, for those listening on the stream, right, if your master volume was after the tone stack, then when it's on 0, it's attenuating everything that's gone through that tone stack.
Yep.
As soon as you move it before the tone stack, the whole tone stack's just wide open into the phase inverter.
Yeah.
It's gonna pick. It's like a big fucking aerial. It's gonna pick up everything.
Mm.
Full fucking
that-
amp running to the master volume.
Yeah, that pre-tone stack is definitely a harder one to.
Yeah, I thought you froze there, Dave. I think are you back? Looks like you're back.
Oh,
so man, there you go. There's a whole bunch of
yeah,
we all froze. I froze on my part for a minute.
Oh,
you did.
Well, hopefully we answered that question.
I think so. I think we covered a lot of ground there, man. Dave Hopkins is saying hi. Hey, man.
Hey, Dave.
And we've got a super chat here. Hi all. Best humbucker in a Strat bridge to match with a single coil. Tried pearly gates looking for more tightness and articulation. Maybe bare knuckle VH2.
That's a cool pickup.
Dan, you've got experience with a lot of bare knuckle stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, totally. The first thing I'm going to ask though is which single coils, because if you've got a hot single coil or maybe one of those hum cancelling ones, then you can get away with pretty much any humbucker in there. You can go hot as you like. But if you're talking like legit real single coils, I probably wouldn't go much hotter than medium output.
8 to 9K.
Yeah, 8 to 9K. You might get away with something a little bit more than that, like if it's wound with a finer wire, but still, something that's nowhere near as as hot as a JB, I would think. Something less. I don't know.
Yeah. Jakey Lee did the what was it, the DiMarzio, the hot single coils that he put to match up his JB, and that was a perfect marriage. So
that's it. That's what I do with the bare knuckle really hot the really hot single coils. They do the Trilogy Suite and the Sinner.
Okay.
And it's like monster output from a single coil. So it sounds like a P90, but with a bit of single coil in it. But it will pair up with like a JB or a Holy Diver or anything hot. It's great. It's good fun. But it's like if you're looking for that real sort of like glassy Stevie Ray Vaughan type, vibe that you could get from a single coil, you're not really going to get that kind of thing from it. Maybe in the quacky positions, but the combined positions. But I don't know. If you got real glassy single coils, try and stick with some humbucker that isn't too outrageously hot. I mean, a VH2 would be good, or have a word with guys at Bare Knuckle and just see what they say, because I mean they've always got really cool ideas with this stuff and they know what to recommend.
VH2 would work well.
VH2 would work well.
Yeah.
I think it depends a bit on how you're what amp you're running it into, or how you got that set up as well. You're running into just a single channel thing that has to cope with everything, or when you go to your single coil, are you going to a different voice channel on your amplifier? Or I don't know, man. I've got at the moment I've got this kind of parts caster Strat that I've been really loving, and it's got Tracy actually gave me this idea. I put the Frankenstein. It's the same pickup that comes in the Frankie. What is it? Is it 14K or something like that?
It's 13 or 14K. Yeah,
13 or 14, right?
Isn't it A2 though?
Yeah, it's A2. Yeah. That's right. And I've got that paired with a couple of the Mike Landau, what do they call them now? VP60s or whatever it is. I don't know the names.
Yeah.
I know it was the Mike Landau single coils, and you'd kind of on paper you might look at that and go, oh, probably not going to balance up, but it's fine.
It's great.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The funny thing is about that Wolfgang pickup is it's not it, even though it reads that hot, it doesn't really feel that hot.
Yeah.
Because I have a Friedman pickup that I've wound that I haven't released yet. That's like a 9K pickup. That's an A2 pickup. Sounds wickedly good. it sounds hotter than the Frankie pickup.
Yeah.
Or than that Frankie pickup, the Wolfgang pickup. And
so I'm always thinking
weird.
like wire gauge with this stuff, because, you know, wire gauge is the big factor, because as soon as you shift to a finer wire with pickups, you kind of then immediately change what the reading's going to be. So, you know, you can have a pickup like a 42 gauge PAF style pickup, and if you wind that to say like 9K, or if you can even get it to that point with that thick wire on it, you kind of, you can. And if you go beyond that point, if you go to the next gauge of wire up and you wind to 9K, that's going to be cold. It's not going to be a high output pickup anymore, you know? So it's more like you'd have to be up to say maybe 11 or 12 to get the same thing. Yeah. So it's a tricky thing, isn't it? Because like most companies don't talk about that kind of thing, and you'll see 14 gauge, 21 gauge. Like, I mean, you look at the DiMarzio HS3 single coils, they're 25K or something, or 24K or something crazy, but they're like the coldest pickup you'll ever play through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really tricky one with pickups going by the DC resistance. But
Dave, is it this pickup here? So Randy's asking, speaking of pickups, Dave,
no,
it's
not that
M80?
The it's not the M80, it'll be the F80, which is like the which was like the Jackson J80 pickup.
Oh, nice.
Joe Holmes has used forever. So I had a real one, and we kind of cloned it. Well, technically, it's still technically made by Grover Jackson. So the pickup, the same guy that's been building our pickups is the guy that was working with Grover, and technically we're still paying Grover. So it's Grover's pickup. But
Good deal for him.
But I literally took my original one and I gave the readings of each coil exactly to the pickup guy. And I go, okay, the whole thing needs to read this. The slug coil needs to read this, and the bridge, and there was a little bit of an offset, and the bridge coil needs to read that. And compared directly to the original, which I have an original, it sounds every bit the same, if not slightly better, I thought. So it's a fun. It's like a 13K pickup. It's Alnico 5, I believe, and it's a cool sounding pickup, but it's still kind of stringy and cool. So
the Alnico one is cooler than the ceramic version of the same thing.
No one wanted the ceramic version. It was the Joe's was the J80 Alnico 5.
I'll give a shout out to one. So I bought a original Vandenberg, PV Vandenberg.
Oh yeah, that's a good sounding pickup.
That's a great guitar. That original cool PV Vandenberg. Right? Oh my god,
that was cool.
It's a shred machine, man. But it's so
really well thought out, right?
Oh man,
yeah, it's really comfortable. It like feels good. Yeah,
ebony board. I mean, they were just making that guitar so well back then too. But no, it came with a Arcane 13 in the bridge.
Oh, okay.
So it had been swapped out, and it's I think it's an Alnico 8. I'd have to look, but it sounds good. I'm gonna keep it in the guitar. Arcane 13.
Does it sound similar to anything?
Man, it's pretty much like an overwound PAF sound. That's what I would kind of.
Yeah, and that Alnico 8's probably giving it like some beef, I would think. Yeah.
It's got something in the mid that I like, but it sounds good.
I remember the original pickup sounding pretty good in those Vandenberg guitars too. So
what was in the original?
Whatever they wound at the time. PV was winding at the time.
It was their own thing.
Yeah, it was their own thing, but
probably.
I mean, I haven't heard one in person. I haven't heard one in person in a long time. So and maybe I'm romanticizing how it sounded, but I remember that guitar was cool.
Somebody says that the Arcane 13 is the Mr. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Randy's saying it's a Mr. Scary pickup.
Right on.
Oh, I got to check one of those out.
Yeah, pretty good.
One. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about them for a long time.
All right. So, shall we?
Yeah, we probably should get to the.
Let's get to it, man. I know we've been
Brent.
we've been pushing off a discussion about a JCM900 amp forever. So we finally have to face reality and tackle one of these. So we're going with the SL-X, which is the most kind of normal one, isn't it? So we're going to bring a guest in. I'm going to bring in Brent. Brent Ferguson's joining us. And, hey, Brent.
Hey,
up,
everybody. Here we
How
are.
are you, man?
Hey, Brent.
Yeah, super loud.
Just
Yeah,
a hair,
all
you're
good.
just a hair hot. Your mic's just a hair hot.
I can pull that down a bit. Is that better?
Just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
All right. How about there?
Hey,
There you go. Perfect. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah, well, it's good to be here, man. It's an honor and a privilege. So thank you, gentlemen, for having me on board.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
look
very
at
welcome.
that. Look at that. Look at those
Welcome.
goodies behind you, man.
Yeah, look at that.
Got a couple amps.
This couple,
Couple. One,
this
two.
is the smaller room. So
you got a backup just in case. Yeah, it's all good.
you got to have a backup for the backup always.
So
like
Brent,
Sky
man,
Red.
if you don't mind, would you mind introducing yourself, man, just so like all the listeners kind of know
Yeah.
who
so,
you are and why you've got 100 Marshalls stacked behind you.
So my name is Brent Ferguson. I live in Virginia, United States. Played in the band Guar as Pustulus Maximus for 11 years.
Awesome.
Did a bunch of touring before that with other rock and heavy metal bands. And I've always been an avid Marshall collector. So it started probably when I was about 19 or 20. And when you're on tour all the time, it's like you stop in every little podunk town to find like a deal, because nobody's selling a JMP in Sandusky, Ohio for full retail,
Yeah.
so you
true.
can get the stuff dirt cheap. And then I've been fixing amps for a long time, and that kind of just started because there's some talent in the area, as far as Richmond, Virginia goes, like being able to repair things, but there was nobody modding. And when those guys like retired, it was basically like a desert. So you pretty much had to sink or swim, learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Man,
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
So there's some common people that know each other too, because Jason knows people that
Yeah.
But I was doing research on the SL-X stuff, and I stumbled upon this write-up that you've done, and it's amazing. Like the SL-X write-up that you've done, you made a really clear schematic, really a lot of work that you've done on that. And then I started your YouTube channel is Pergasound.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pergasound, yeah, you got a lot of really good content, so you guys should go follow his YouTube as well if you do not.
Thank you. Yeah, the channel's kind of in disrepair right now, because it's like I got to a point where I was like, man, I've filmed like 100 repairs, but I just don't have time to do the editing because I got to get to work on other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys can sympathize.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
this I know. Yeah.
Totally.
I think a lot of us who've got into the YouTube thing, I mean, for me, it was like when we went through the pandemic, all of a sudden I had kind of time,
Right.
there was free time because I wasn't traveling or doing or whatever it was, right? All of a sudden I had extra time. So I put a lot of effort into the channel then, but now it just gets, as you get busier and busier with, stuff, it's hard to devote the time to it because, man, it does take a lot of time. The editing.
A lot of time. Going
And
live
just
is
coming up
pretty
with interesting new ideas too, like rather than, you're trying to think of content that's actually interesting and something that you haven't done before. It's a hard thing.
I had a friend offer to do some editing for me. He was like, dude, I would love to do it for you. I was like, man, if you heard the way I talked when I make a mistake, you might change your opinion of me. So I'll keep editing my own stuff.
I've just put a link to Brent's channel in the chat, guys. So anyone who's listening to this live or
Check it
back
out.
on replay,
You subscribe.
go and have a look, man. So that document, I read through the SL-X document yesterday in preparation for this, man. That is the clearest tech guide. I don't know, it's just like echo Shea's comment, man. That's so well written. This is amazing.
It's brilliant.
Have you done that? Have you done that kind of document for other Marshalls, or that was just a one-off for the SL-X that you wrote?
Well, it started because I did a PV Butcher a long time ago, and And there was just some stuff. I think it was like doing the bias mod, and there wasn't really a clear kind of like layout available online. And a bunch of people had kind of asked me to tell them how to do it, and I was just like, well, let me just make one. And since I take my own records pretty detailed as far as like, you know, you write down all the parts you need to do a recap or something. So when you get that same amp in the future, you just hit the order button and you've got all your stuff. So I was like, well, I'll just add all that in there. So then when it came around to the SL-X, it was kind of the same situation. I was kind of frustrated that the original schematic was just really, really hard to read.
So bad. It's so bad.
I had kind of gone through this with amps like the JCM900 DSL, where it's like, if you can't see it in one kind of like linear motion, it's you can't really mod anything because you're looking at all the switching all the time. So I was like, I've been redrawing these things for years, just trying to simplify those circuit paths. And since I went through all the trouble to do this one just for myself, I was like, well, I can throw it in a PDF and give something out for free, you know?
Yeah, kicks ass, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I feel
man.
like
Great
learning
stuff.
all this stuff on like the forums, the Marshall forum, the old Plexi Palace, you know, there was so much good information that's gone. I was like, well, I want to at least throw something out there that somebody can use at some point, you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the way, man. So where these documents, where do people find them? Are they linked to from your YouTube page, or like where are they?
This one specifically is available on my, I'm not sure if I have a link on my website, but there is a link on the Marshall forum. There's a page
That's
called the
where I got
Ultimate SL-X Guide.
Yeah.
I was going to do a video on this, but I had kind of repaired the SL-Xs before I made the guide, and I was like, well, now they're kind of clunky and out of order, so I'm waiting kind of till I get another one so I can kind of film it in this sequence to kind of be a what do they call it? Just a partner with the guide or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many do you own? How many do you have?
SL-Xs or
Yeah,
Marshalls?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's Alexis. Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. But
SL-Xs, I just have two. I have a 50 and 100, the 2500 and the 2100 model.
Yeah.
As far as like Marshall amplifiers go, it's probably in the 70s or 80s.
Wow.
Jesus.
oh,
And then,
You win.
Yeah.
and then cabinets, I
hero.
think we're in like the upper 50s.
Oh,
Hey,
You
God.
really win.
Yeah, you really win, mate.
That's insane, man. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I live out in the country where land is cheap, so you know, I've got plenty of room for it.
hell yeah.
But you know, you
You
go
just
down
gotta
that
plug 'em
rabbit
all
hole.
in, turn them all on
Yeah.
at once.
I had a room in my old office where it was I had about 12 of them plugged in, and I did that once, and now I'm paying for it every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a wireless, and you need to stand outside while you do that, though.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. So should we bring this schematic up and let's get into this?
Yeah.
then,
What
man?
should we say about it first? So okay. So
Okay, yeah,
this-
let's talk about the lead up to it, Shay. I'll be interested to
This model is the 2100 and the 2500 SL-X, which means super lead extended. That's what SL-X means. And this, now I have some thoughts. This was the last JCM900 they came out with. So they had the dual reverb before this, and then the other version,
Yeah.
Mark
Mark
III or
III.
something.
Mark 3.
Yeah.
3 master model.
So they
No.
landed 1990, right? The
Yeah.
dual
Yeah.
reverb and the Mark 3.
Yeah. And then so, you know, the guy who made these, that Steve Grindrod, the guy who made the JMP, the Jubilee, he made all the 900s and he designed this. And the SL-X came out in like 93, I think, or 94. But I think that what they were trying to do is cater back to the 800 crowd, because they had, you know, from the Jubilee on, everything was diodes and LED clipping and stuff. So Kiss, you know, I think Paul Stanley had endorsed this model
he used it.
of amp. So I think they were kind of going back, trying to recapture the 80s crowd with this amp. But it's yeah, it's closer to a JCM900 with just more stuff going.
What's interesting to me, just as an aside, right? When you think about that evolution from 800, Silver Jubilee
Mm-hmm.
in the middle, right?
Well,
and
there
then
was the 800s that had the clipping too, right? The
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's true.
2205s or-
Where did that come
2205
from?
and 2210. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
But like the Jubilee, like we've talked about the Jubilee a little bit on these streams. We haven't really done a deep dive on it yet, but pretty cool amp.
Great
But
amp.
it didn't have its own evolution. You know what I mean? Like when they
No.
went back to the 900, it was kind of like back to a cathode follower driven tone stack.
Yeah.
More like the 800 architecture to a degree. And so I always found that interesting. So why did we think the SL-X came in '93? Why was just while I bring the scheme up? What was Marshall responding to?
Man, I have
do
no
we think?
idea. I mean, like looking at it on a schematic now, because I never paid much attention to it at all around that time at all. Zero attention.
Mhm.
But looking at it now, it's like, yeah, it's like
There we go.
pretty like, you know, higher gain, pretty good architecture of how stuff was done, and you know. But I have questions.
Well, there's
What we use
some
for?
crazy stuff going on in here.
And the
Yeah.
first question is, what, when you're looking at a single channel amp like this, right? Well, I guess it had some sort of switching, didn't it? No, it was single channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
the
got-
only
it's got- is it
switching
dual-
was the
dual
master?
master volume.
Oh yeah, it's got the dual masters.
Yeah, which is cool. Well, the dual masters.
What made
Great.
them decide to put a cathode follower right after the first stage?
Yeah.
It's not like they're driving
What is that?
a really low impedance load.
No, that's right.
They're driving like a 1.5 meg load, essentially, you know, to ground. I mean, they're not driving anything. I would totally understand that if you were driving like 3 channels.
It's interesting.
You know, like when you look at a Soldano preamp or something,
Yeah.
and you see how the 3 channels were driven off the first tube stage.
Yep.
If you put the cathode follower in there, I totally get that then. So then this must have been a sonic thing for them, I would think.
Yeah, it's definitely got
Very,
tone to
very
it.
interesting.
It's the
Yeah.
it's the thing. This thing here, right? For people
Yeah.
don't understand what Dave's talking about. It's like
DC coupled
This-
cathode follower.
this
the
second
gain
gain
stage.
stage here. Second stage is set up like if I go across, right, for the people that want to follow along with the actual schematic detail. If you come right across to here, we've got our traditional cathode follower set up here that's driving the tone stack, and you'll see this in all the Marshall amps that we know and love. Pretty stock standard, right? But so no plate resistor and then 100K cathode resistor. So if you go all the way back to the beginning,
Same thing.
to see this sitting right here as the second stage of the amp is really unusual. Why do we?
And-
Yeah. So
And
why?
they have a 220K plate.
Yeah.
220K plate on the first
Yeah.
stage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And,
this is kind of pretty. I mean, like you'd normally see 100K here, right? But put a 220K plate.
whatever.
Not that unusual. 2K7 cathode with a not a 0.68 or 1 microfarad bypass instead. That's fine. But then this, why is it there?
Yeah. So I was trying to do some digging on this, and I also read that this exact design was in like a Macintosh preamp or some of the hi-fi gear. Macintosh, however you say that.
Yeah.
This was in some of that stuff. So there's probably something there to where when he was designing this, there's probably something in that realm.
Gets even weirder as you go further.
Well, let's keep
This
going.
just on the hi-fi thing. So Brent, you drew this. This is your schematic, right? You drew this up,
Yeah, correct.
man.
Beautiful
It's
schematic.
so clear, man. Like far
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, you got to do more of these, dude. If you haven't already, these are fucking amazing. This is what's this a ground lift? This is audio ground lifted from chassis ground.
That was
What's going on
something
here?
weird that I noticed, like that only on the 50-watt models they had that little capacitor and resistor combo, and it. I've taken them out and not noticed any difference.
Yeah, you do see this in hi-fi tube gear, like and some preamp stuff, right? Some rack preamp stuff where your audio ground's lifted from chassis ground so they can manage the groundings better, but because it'll just give you a slight lift above the chassis ground. Sometimes you see it in loops, right? LND 150 style loops, and you can lift them from ground to try and deal with ground loops and shit like that. I just thought I've never seen this on a Marshall amp, so I thought that was interesting.
Looks like it was an inconsistency thing. I mean, like, it's probably something that they added, and it probably doesn't really need to be there, but it's probably like like sticking a band-aid on it quickly.
And when you see it for the first time, it looks almost like it would be a mod because it's just kind of haphazardly sticking above the board. And the only reason I ever knew it was stock was without seeing it on the schematic first was that the that really, really small capacitor is the same brand as a couple other ones on there. But I don't think it needs to be there.
No.
Right, but yeah, I mean, you go on to past this cathode follower. I mean, you're going straight into a pretty much JCM900 style. The 0.02 into the 470K, 470 puff, into the 1 meg. I mean, that's all JCM900 right there. The 27K plate on that's a strange one, and they all share that node. But man, I wonder. I'd have to check that voltage there. I wonder what that's sitting at.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they've kind of gone like, how you obviously have the cold clipper in the 800s, the 10K with the 10K, cathode with the 100K plate on it. And it's essentially, it's reducing gain, right? So they've gone about it a different way with this. They've dropped the plate resistor really low, but they've kept the 2.7K plate. Cathode, sorry.
Cathode.
The cathode's hot.
Cathode.
Yeah,
increase the gain there, reduce the gain the other place.
Exactly. It's like it.
And there's no bypass cap on that resistor, Dan. So they're totally washing the gain off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's definitely cutting the gain quite a lot.
Yeah, but then it goes on.
Really, isn't it?
Yeah, goes on to just another repeat after that, which is JCM900 stuff.
But you've kind of got the two gain pots, right? Like cascade gain pots. So,
but if the second gain pot is on 10, it's a stock 800.
It is, yeah. If you look at it with the 1 meg ground off meg,
So
1 meg in parallel, and
there's a bright cap on the first one.
Yeah, so essentially you can use the second one as a traditional gain pot, like if that makes sense, because you can run it low without it getting all squawky and thin, because there's no bright cap on it. Whereas the first one, you're going to have to get the sweet spot like you do on an 800 and get it just right.
So for Brent and Shea, you've just got yourself an SL-X, right? And
I bought one,
it's still stock. So
I've been hunting one for damn ever. They're just so hard to find.
So how have you found like these two gain adjustments, the preamp volume and the sensitivity? How do you dial them in? Like, what's the best?
Well, the first thing I noticed, so I've got the 5881 version. That was, around this time they had a tube issue, right? So a lot of people were using those 5881s. But when I fired it up, I was like, man, this is probably as close as to a JCM800 as you can get. Like, it really sounds like a JCM800, just a little touch more gain. Not the vertical, but the horizontal ones. It sounds more like that. But yeah, I mean, like Dan said, I mean, really, it's like you're with this 1 nano bright cap. It's kind of like more of a feel thing when you're dialing it in to where it's like bloated or not, But yeah, that sounds good. But the one, and we'll get to it. The one, there's like this amp has one huge issue, which is the rectifier failing
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
DC.
yeah.
It's you can't. So just anybody who's looking at buying this amp, you really should not buy this amp unless you know that issue is either fixed or you have a tech that can fix it. Because
The volume controls or the gain controls, I've always kind of found them interesting because it's definitely one of those amps where if you go to play it for the first time and you try to set everything where you're used to setting it, you might just be really turned off by the tone. It's like you kind of have to close your eyes and just use your ears for a minute. And it's weird because with the 2 gain controls, that first preamp volume pot with the bright cap on it, if you turn it down too low, it just gets really anemic and just kind of there.
Yeah.
But, and then I think the other problem was when I had one like 15, 20 years ago, I played, I'm used to turning the preamp knobs all the way up. Well, it just gets really like muddy and kind of nasty when you're playing like lower notes.
Sounds like an 800.
Yeah. And then if you back that off, like just a click, I've always kind of thought about the gain knob on an 800, almost like a bass cut and not really a gain control.
Yes.
Because you don't really want to turn them down too low.
Yeah.
But that's
Anywhere
really
from
it. You just
6
kind of
to 8, 6 to 8, somewhere in there.
You turn them down until the amp doesn't sound farty, and then that's kind of it. So they're a one-trick pony, but what they do can be cool.
Yeah.
So I find this next stage here fascinating.
Where are we at here?
This whole next stage is almost verbatim a hot mod.
Yeah.
Really?
Like almost
Yeah, it is,
exactly a hot mod. So meaning that 2.7 K stage, the 820 ohm, if you stuck it in a normal Marshall, yes. The bypass cap cost plate resistor verbatim. The only thing is the coupling cap there on a hot mod is smaller. So it's normally a 0022 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then a slightly different voltage divider. Not greatly different, but like 330. There's just one extra resistor and a couple little different tweaks in the voltage divider. But it is verbatim.
Yeah.
Other than the 220K in the cathode follower, other than that, the plate resistor there, it is literally verbatim. It's kind of weird. It's like exactly.
It's interesting how you think about this era, like we were 93, 94. There's a few amps that kind of in that in those same years that I can see similar things like this big 1 nanofarad.
Yeah.
Plate
Bogner's too.
Bogner's, I was just going to say, right? It's a real common thing of amps in this era. So everyone was looking at.
But if you change this coupling cap that's right there to a lower value, that whole amp will tighten up radically.
Oh yeah.
And it'll get really cool sounding.
Yeah. I mean, I can just look at these parts and just see like the perfect. Honestly, with what's here already. Like you could make this amp sound really good with changing very little things.
Yeah, just a couple values here and there.
Dan, have you modded many SL-Xs, Dan?
Yeah, loads of them. And to be honest, I like them stock as well. I think they're great. I've never had I could easily take one out and tour with it or whatever. I'd be fine with it. That part that we were talking about at the end, that extra gain stage with the 100K plate and the 820 ohm, resistor there. I mean, it's essentially, because you haven't got a bypass cap on the cathode, it's kind of a little bit fat sounding. And then obviously, like Dave was saying, it's sort of like
the violence. The violence stage,
it's not dissimilar to it. It's similar, but the violence stage has got more
gain.
But a lot more gain and a lot more bass cut happening than this has.
Correct.
But generally, though, it's achieving a similar thing. It's just essentially trying to add a bit more gain without completely flubbing out. And in this circuit, it's not really causing it to flub out. It's quite balanced. And then obviously, as long as you set the first gain with the bright cap to keep it nice and tight, and then if you need to, you can always max out the second gain part, to get all the gain back. I mean, it works good in this circuit. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of changes you can make to this circuit and really take it to another level. Yeah. But as it stands, I mean, to me, it's one of my favorite stock Marshalls that they made for higher gain stuff.
Yeah,
it's a really great amp. There's other things further downstream that I don't care for as much that have changed, and I'll talk about it when we get down there with the power section. But like the front end is actually pretty good overall in these things.
It's interesting too that this 820R, usually where that 2.7K the R10 is, usually
reversed.
Usually it would be there, right? So the 820R usually comes right before the cathode follower.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Yeah,
because you can see there's a 220K plate.
Maybe that's why
the stage that's
offsetting it. It's just balancing act again, isn't it? It's the same deal as that 27K plate and 2.7K cathode. So it's just a balancing act, I think. There.
Given how cool this amp is, I mean, I really want one now. Anyway, that aside, why wasn't it more successful? It didn't really fly, did it?
I think it seems to me that there weren't tons and tons of SL-Xs thrown out into the market, because all I ever see really around is always the the one that's mostly solid state, the other 900s.
Yeah, the dual reverb.
Yeah, exactly. You just see absolutely shit tons of those things everywhere. Even in the UK, you hardly ever see SL-Xs. In theory, you probably should find most of them here, right? In the UK.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And there's hardly any of them, it seems. So yeah, I just don't think they made anywhere near as many of these things as they did the other versions.
How long was it before, I guess it was a DSL, or the JCM900 was the next?
About 98.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Probably, I think they were already prototyping that in 96, and then by 98, I think it was already out, 97, 98, I think. So, yeah. So
they would have had a couple of years there where they were watching everyone buy dual rectifiers, and they were like, we need to come up with something that's going to be the next big jump, which is obviously the JCM900.
Yeah, I just think this SL-X just happened to land smack bang in between two eras. And if anything, it would have been the ideal amp had it have come out 5-6 years before. I mean, if this thing came out in the mid to late 80s, man, they would have sold like hotcakes. I mean,
that's exactly it.
It would have been so good for most of all the 80s hard rock players, because it's great for that tone. Mm-hmm. Especially if you boost it as well. I mean, it goes absolutely fucking batshit. It's great. It's
but it's a modded, it's a modded 800 basically, and that's what they were doing. So they were,
exactly,
they were just trying to come out with that amp in the 90s. And this is
exactly. It's just like the next phase on from the JCM900 2203. It's like whoever wanted a bit more out of a 2203. This was basically the evolution of it.
Yep.
Seems that way.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? Everyone likes that.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great amp, and it's really underappreciated. People should definitely check these out if they're.
Well, the cool thing is you can still nab them up pretty cheap. I mean, you can still grab these for. I saw one on Marketplace for $700.
You watch now, the price is going to be like
not now.
Not now.
Yeah. By
the time this stream finishes, they're going to be $1,400. Yeah,
that's it. It'll be the next Dumble now. You watch.
Okay, but so let's have a.
Yeah, go ahead.
Should we have a look at this tone stack? What's going on? So we're we're coming off the top of this 100K, so that's all kind of stock Marshall. We commented, Dave. I think you might have been just out of the room for a second. So 200K plate. Yeah. Okay, so whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
This bass pot.
Yeah, low.
Yep, it's a little bit trim.
Usually a one leg.
Trim the bass out.
Yeah, it's all right. In this, it sounds good. I actually didn't experiment changing that out to a 1 meg, and I'm really surprised I didn't try it. But I didn't feel the need. If I'm being honest, it just sounded good. You know, the tonal curve, you know, the EQ curve with that pot value, just seems to have a nice response to it.
You could actually dial it in on that. What's that? The tone stack calculator on the web.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan
tone stack.
Duncan
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if anyone's not played with that, super cool.
Yeah,
I mean, if you really think about it, that's like a 1 meg bass control at around 6.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not really
totally enough.
That's true.
It just takes a little bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's not really a bad thing, to be honest.
Not at all. It's quite cool. Someone had a this is an interesting comment here. Mesa Barbecue says, "You guys think that early cathode follower was just to use up that extra triode?" Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a very Marshall thing to do.
It's a crime to leave a triode not used, right?
Yeah, that's a very Marshall thing to do.
Yep. I mean, look, it's not. It's
you know what? I don't think it was just put in there to use it up. It has a tonal response. Play around with cathode followers in the front end. It's a feel thing. The tone of it is a bit different. It's hard to put it into words, really, how to explain how it feels and how it responds, but it is a bit different. And when you got a cathode follower driving a gain pot, even if you still got a high value pot, the pot sounds a bit different in different places. It doesn't really respond the same way as if it was plate driven.
Yeah,
you know, it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just what it is. I mean, you know, a lot of times, you know, in some sort of hi-fi audio circuits, you'll see like cathode followers used, and they'll say that's the correct way to drive any sort of adjustment or whatever.
Any kind of passive network they want.
Any passive network, because you don't want losses and all the other stuff like that. But it's really in a guitar amp, it's just a tonal thing. You know, try both. Try a plate fed, and try cathode follower. You know, and just see if you like one more than the other. But there is something to the gain to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's maybe a little bit more. It's a little bit tighter. Feels a little bit more.
It's got a specific sound for sure.
Yeah, it does. It does something.
There's amps that. So this is a foundation for other amps that have been made. Mm-hmm. So the Larry stuff is pretty much. This was probably the foundation of the Larry Dino.
I think he was before it.
You think Larry was before that?
Larry was before this. Yeah, which is interesting because I seem to
it's the
recall
exact
that
same circuit up front. You know, the
that up front thing. I think he was doing that as early as like 88, 89. Larry.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know.
It's very interesting.
But
it has it has a specific sound to it. It's got something that's like when I hear an amp, I'm like, oh, I think it's got that thing right there going on. You can kind of, it's got a quality to it that sounds a little unique.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think it's there for a reason.
Yeah.
Cool. That is cool. Okay, post tone stack. What's going on with this presence pot?
It's probably grounded somewhere else to where it turns.
Can't really see. So
you gotta, you rest schematic.
Well, the presence pot is just basically resistance in line with the presence cap, right? To ground.
Yeah.
It's just literally just a variable resistor. There's no fancy business going on with it.
All right, then we'll get to that when we look at the.
Yeah, the 1K that's in line with it is just probably just helping the taper a little bit.
Is
this kind of zoomed in at the right level on the screen, guys? Or
looks perfect. Looks perfect. Yeah. So I wonder if this amp has a real effects loop instead of just
it's not an insert, so it's a buffered op amp buffered effects loop. Now, what's it being? Is that coming straight off the treble wiper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it.
And then you got your dividers, your 6 to 80K and your 68 8K to ground.
Yeah, that's taking some of that signal to ground and
definitely
lowering your sort of your gain levels there.
Yeah, this is a unity buffer, and then we've actually got a loop level pot.
Yep.
Right, which is super cool, and a return level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all that stuff's on the rear of the amp. I'm assuming. I haven't seen the back.
If I recall,
gain
is
pot.
it two pots or is it one?
It's a dual gain pot.
It's a dual gain.
That's
gain
right.
pot.
It's a
Yeah,
dual
it just-
pot, isn't it?
It like as you adjust one down, one goes up.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brent, what do you think of this effects loop?
You know, as far as where it is in the history of time, it's pretty good. You know,
Pretty
I
good.
think today, I mean, the zero loss, the Metro loops are it. You know, and I think you guys have covered a lot of ground on that, which is great. But you know, they're not bad, and I've always wondered if this is one of the things that kind of makes the power amp feel a little neutered. You know, because the SL-Xs and the MK3s both, they really do kind of come alive when you give them some volume, you know, when you let them breathe, and they do get that kind of percussive thing. But if you really are just playing at like lower volumes, might be a little underwhelmed. And I'm always been curious. I've never pulled one of these out just because there's so much stuff on the rear board. Like a lot of the PI and the effects loop is shared on the rear board. So you probably could bypass it, but I don't know if it's worth it, because you can kind of make up for any of the losses in the loop with just like an EQ pedal.
Right. So this is always in the circuit, right?
Yeah, there shouldn't really be losses. I mean, it should be really pretty. I mean, the losses you're going to get is maybe with the voltage divider going into the op amp.
So what?
low.
And what's the headroom? What's the supply lines? What are the supply rails on this?
Go back to the left a little bit, Jason.
Well,
Go
you've got a
back to the left a little bit.
TLO72, right? So you're limited with that 15 per rail, right?
Yeah.
Go left more.
Yeah, you got 15 volt per rail probably on that TLO72.
Yeah, I mean the input right here, the input, the six. Oh, you guys are down there. I'm talking about the input.
Sorry. Yeah,
I'm talking about the input, like Dave was saying. I mean, the voltage divider going into all this is really low.
Yeah, it's knocking the signal level way down.
It's just getting it down. Just getting it down.
You
to
kind of need it there at that point,
Yeah.
because otherwise you got you got probably, I don't know, around 20 volts AC coming out.
Way too high, right?
Yeah,
it's much too high. So
amp.
you just overload the op amp, so you've got to load it down a bit. But you're going to recover that later on. So that's the thing. I mean, op amps have got epic, output on them, so it's not really like an issue. I mean,
they got tons of gain, and it's clean. So to clean, you're only limited by the supply rails, right? So if this is plus or minus 15, that's the most recovery you're going to get.
Yeah.
So is it the same as the signal level that was hitting it, and is it going to drive the PI the same way? Maybe not.
That's the thing.
And then
what's interesting here is that how it splits out into the two master volumes, right? So I was just looking at this coming back from there. So this is our return recovery stage here, and it's driving in turn two op amps, and the master volumes are actually in the negative feedback of the op amp.
Yeah.
So they're active master volumes.
And
how do the volumes feel? Sorry, Dave.
And those op amps are actually that M, what is it? M whatever 201
M5201.
It actually has a switch in it also.
Yeah.
So they're switching between the masters with and
right. They're essentially.
I mean, I would think that would be a pretty solid way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's buffered into it, and everything's like. I mean, I would think that would be
wasn't one of the circuits we did recently had this in it. Was it the Laney or something?
Probably similar to the Laney, yeah.
Had the variable negative feedback on the op amp for the volume.
Yeah.
I don't think it did have the for the volume.
PVs.
I don't know. I mean,
we've done a bunch of these so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the PV. Maybe it was the PV.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, with the variable negative feedback on the op amp, I mean, maybe at lower levels, maybe that's going to have a bit of a tonal impact on it. Once you get it high enough, then you're you're all good, and maybe you sort of get to that point where you just get out of that area where it's coloring things. But yeah,
when
you
you
considering the time frame, I mean, it's pretty decent loop from that era.
oh yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's I
I
think
think
why they
Laney-
left it in
I
the
think-
whole time. I mean, because obviously they didn't want to put a switch in it, knowing that you're going to hear the tonal change when you engage it.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
point.
Could be.
And that's
Could
never
be.
a bad idea, because then you can
yeah,
just build your amp
100%,
around
right?
it. Yeah,
as soon as you
I-
as soon as you
Yeah.
have a bypassable loop, you've got that whole, you're opening the
Yeah.
door to the, oh, it doesn't sound transparent. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys that have played this amp, because as I said, I don't have one of these, right? But how does the master volume, how does the taper on the master volume feel? Like, does it
It's not
feel
bad.
like a normal master volume?
It's not as bad as like the 800 where it's either on whisper quiet or deafening, you know. So
Yeah, I would
It-
agree.
Yeah.
it's got a really good sweep on it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
It's
not
more.
too jumpy.
It's more polite. It's more polite in the sweep for sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I think you might see one of my mistakes here. The wiper of that top volume control should go down to pin 5. So I
Sure.
got it. Now I got to make an update.
Yeah, nice sweat, man.
All good.
Absolutely. Well, that you got channel 1 set as your boost channel, man. That's just on 10, right? So
That's right.
just leave it
That's
like
exactly.
that.
You're absolutely right.
That's what it was for. And then we've got like a passive network here that's doing like a cab sim style thing. What's going on here?
Oh, they have to line out.
Line out.
And you know,
Yeah.
something that's cool about these line outs. So I did this with an MK3, and they should have the exact same circuitry because the rear boards and all the 900s are pretty much the same, except for maybe like the bias circuit on 2 of them. But one day I took the line out of this, and now looking at the waveform on a scope, it looks kind of funky, but I fed it through an IR, and I did the whole thing where I ran it through a mic, captured the IR, ran the line out back through the IR to see what the difference was, and it was pretty cool. So I have never used it live where you just run this out to like maybe an IR box or something, but it definitely is a possibility to try that out, and I think it
Right
would
on.
be pretty decent.
Yeah, man. 100%. It's just totally works. I mean, it's essentially you know, it's being driven by the op amps for the masters there at that point. So if you look at it,
Yeah.
totally works.
So what's the?
right.
Yep.
The
for
filter,
you.
basically.
Yeah. It's basically
Yeah.
just filtering the signal there and just making that recording out a little bit more polite, right? So it's not like a can of bees.
Exactly.
So it's not like
Pretty much.
NAM.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the anti-NAM circuit.
Where even regular amps sound like cannabis.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So this is the
Oh,
this is the DC heater supply.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is where
this
we
is-
have our.
this
where
is
we
the
have
one,
This is where
issue
the
in
fun
the amp.
starts. Yeah, this is
The
this is where all the fun
BR3.
happens.
Who
Yeah,
wants to go for it? Who wants to go for the BR3?
It's the BR3, basically the biggest problem with these amps from the factory was, you know, you've got you're drawing somewhere around 900 milliamps for the heater for those 3 tubes, those first 3 preamp tubes. And that's a 1 amp rectifier. So I mean it's running at close to 90% of its capacity. So
Yeah.
I guess the penny pinchers thought it would work, but it does not.
It gets really hot, right?
It
It
gets
gets super
hot,
hot.
and it
Red hot.
takes out that it
C8.
basically the rectifier never fails, but it gets hot enough that it takes out C8 with it, and it chars the bottom of the circuit board. So you can easily end up with a chasing your own tail scenario. Like I've seen people try to fix the components, but they don't know that the board's toast. I've seen people try to
Yeah.
fix the board, but they don't realize that when it's burned in that way, you know, you've got that carbon that's conductive. So
Yep.
the best thing is just to get it off the board altogether because it doesn't need to be there.
no,
It's almost a damn fire hazard. I've seen some of these amps that like they look burned, like you put
Yeah, man.
fire on.
Well, what did I
So-
tell you guys before? Like, I had some of them where they arrived and you pick up the head and you can hear something rattling around inside the chassis. And I pull the chassis out and I look and it's desoldered itself and it's just dropped right out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Completely desoldered itself out of the board and it's just sitting there and the amp's
Wow.
stone dead. You know, and they're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, maybe there's a fuse that's gone or maybe there's an internal fuse. No, it's
Crazy.
that rectifier just fucking just heated everything up, cooked the board and just said adios. You know, I mean, it's gone. So,
Good
yeah,
job,
and-
Marshall.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right?
Well, I mean, as far as DC heaters go, was this the first one they did? I don't know when they started doing DC.
I think it might be the first one if the 6100 wasn't already out by this time.
I think they did
That one
DC and
probably.
the other two.
I have to look. We have to look. I'm not sure, but you know, this is when they
Just as an
now.
aside, it's not a ton of filtering. I mean,
It's
it's
not
a big
really a
big
good
filter
DC
cap, but
supply.
it's not.
10,000.
There's no RC network here. You know, there's nothing like.
No.
it's
Yeah.
just like
You're really not getting like what you would consider a DC heater circuit out of this. Really, it's not really giving you the
Exactly.
benefits. You don't
No.
have any smoothing. You don't have a regulator. You don't have something. You know, essentially, you want some filtering on the front and back end of it. You want a
I
regulator.
mean, yeah. Even if you look at the Studio Series amps, where they've put DC filtering in without a
Pre-filter
regulator.
caps.
Yeah, exactly, Dave. Right, it's multi-stage filtering, and so you're getting a really nice, flat, smooth DC at the end of it. This is still going to have a bunch of ripple on it.
Yeah, totally. They put that nice big old fat 10,000 microfarad cap on it, but you know
That sort of
like
works.
This is the bare minimum, right? I mean, you really need like that
Least
heavy
15.
smooth in there.
Do you have you're in the PDF here, Jason? Can you go to the pictures that Brent has of the board of where this part is?
Well, I can. It's in a different document. Because I just
okay.
pulled it.
Well,
I just pulled out.
If it's pain, don't worry about
Well,
it.
I can bring it up. Which picture do you want to go to? Where the intro document?
Or it's
Just where
Charred.
that BR, yeah, where that rectifier is the
Okay,
main
let me
issue in this amp.
Let me just pull this down.
So anyways, on a side note, it's great when you see that 10,000 microfarad cap and it literally looks like a mushroom that's about to explode.
Yeah.
They're literally like
It's so hot.
ballooned on the top. Every amp,
Oh yeah.
without fail.
You know, and interestingly enough, Angle uses this same heater circuit in a bunch of their preamps and their power amps for like the small tubes that are in like the 850 100 and I think the E540 or something.
Yeah.
And Mesa,
go
I
back.
think, has it in their rectifier rack preamp.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
Yeah, it's bare
That's
minimum,
that's one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Yeah. So this is with a different rectifier installed too.
Yeah.
Because the original ones, there's one of those small black discs.
Oh yeah,
It looks like that. We're looking at that footprint for the BR3. It looks like that the bridge diode that they started using for signal clipping back in like the 2205, 2210, just like a little circular thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a little tiny little circular one.
It's probably the
stock
same part. They're probably like, oh, we've got 10,000 of these. We better use them.
one. Yeah.
But that all that heat right next to that cap. I mean, this
Not
You know,
good.
they just
Caps and heat. Yeah.
it was a mistake. But
Not
you know,
happy
if you
near each
if you
other.
buy one of these amps, you have to fix this issue. You have to. It's necessity.
Yeah, where possible. I mean, you know, it's even better to like do something with that circuit and just actually improve it, and you'll just get a much better amp in the end. But still, I mean, even if you just fix that part and do it, you know, it'll work good.
Well, if you go down a little bit, Jason, because Brent, yeah, this is
That's what not to do.
keep
yeah,
going down.
that's pretty much how I've seen some of them.
Yeah. These yeah, I mean, look how much heat that board must have got from that.
Yeah, it's usually cooked. It's usually completely burned
Yeah.
through, and there's
Yeah.
carbon burns left everywhere that you've got to Dremel out and use IPA
Yeah.
to clean it off.
Yeah.
and
So you get
all the rest.
a tag strip and do it all on the chassis.
So right here, stop right here. So yeah, in this go ahead, man. Go ahead, Brent. This is a good idea. What you've got here.
So yeah, I just kind of saw, you know, heard someone talk about doing it that way before, and basically I just kind of thought, well, shoot, if you just use like a big 4-amp, it's overkill, but like a 4-amp rectifier, because I've seen people try to make them out of diodes and stuff, and it's just like I'm always looking for like a clean solution that you can replicate quickly. And this kind of seemed to be the cleanest one. And I got the other idea for it because you can use that terminal strip and you can just use one of the lugs for a capacitor for the filter cap, and you don't have to drill any new holes. Because I'm kind of like, I've modded hundreds of amps, but I'm like the anti-modder. I put most of them back stock nowadays more than I actually tune them up. But yeah, that's it. It's really simple. It's the exact same part of the circuit as it was before. You just move it away from that board, and since it's DC, you're not really getting a lot of noise with those long runs. Because you're
running the two wires right next to there down to here. And I mean, it's DC anyway, so yeah, this works great, I'm sure.
What's the Brent? Can you remember what the voltage, the AC voltage on that secondary wind? Do you remember what it is
on the heater circuit?
Yeah, how much is this coming straight off the heater circuit, or is it have its own? Does it have its own wind?
It's coming straight off the heater circuit. To my knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not that much.
Yeah. Okay. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then Lyle's got some videos of this amp too that are pretty good. Him doing repairs on it, and I think on his video he used a 2-amp disc rectifier,
and that's all you need.
Put some glue under it so it wasn't touching the board. But he's got some good content on this amp as well.
All right, cool. Let's check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if the board's not damaged, you can certainly keep it as a mounting point. But
yeah,
I've just had them where you take for granted that it looks okay, and then you're doing a gig and it just starts cutting out, because when things get hot, things change. So definitely want to always consider that.
So I'm just looking at the chat here. Just looking at the chat here real quick. Stephen Douglas is saying, are any of these original Marshall amp designers still around? So Shea, you mentioned Steve Grindrod. Is he?
That would be like the dream guy to go on Tone Talk, man. Dave,
do you know him, Dan or Dave? Do you know?
No, I don't know him.
No, he's still alive, and I think he's over there in the UK. He lived in China for a while, but if you look him up, he's done some articles with Premier Guitar. Dude, I mean, this dude is a fucking super legend, man. Like, this is the dude who made the JMP. He made the Vintage 30. Like, to me, he's a super legend.
Yeah.
He's probably pretty old.
To look into that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It'd be great Tone Talk.
Yeah,
great Tone Talk. Yes,
sure.
That'd be amazing. All right. We're back to where we left off on this one. Okay, where are we heading, guys?
Basingburg, probably.
Yeah, PI. See what we got here.
All right, we're done because we've done all this. That's all the op-amp power supply stuff. So, yeah. Okay.
So, little change in the PI plate. We got a snubber cap.
That probably was a fix.
Could be.
Oh, we got an oscillation there. Okay.
Just on one side.
Yeah.
Also 100 picofarad fizz cap. That's a rare one for this, these years of an amp.
Yeah. It's a bit darker sounding power section. And you can really hear it with that 100 PF on the fizz cap plus the other 100 PF cap.
I bet.
Then on top of that, when you then add the fact that there's the 220 PF over the negative feedback as well, the combination of all those things
there is
does make for a darker power section.
And a 27K off the 4-ohm tap, correct?
Yep, totally. So I mean, it's that all of that stuff combined. That's doing a hell of a lot.
And there must have been some wicked oscillation going on. That's what my guess is when they did these amps, because that 100 picofarad on the 82K is telling me that there was something bad going on. The 220
be.
picofarad on the 27K probably is also telling me something bad was going on.
Yeah.
Have you lifted that cap, Dan, or
Yeah.
Brent, like playing with the same? You lift that
Yeah.
100 on the
I
82,
I snipped them
With
all out. And went
C14?
with I snipped them all out and went with a 47 PF fizz cap.
Did it
on
work?
one. And it works. It totally works, but it's noticeably then, it immediately your ear detects, oh man, this is harsh, because you've been used to how it sounded before.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit of time before you can actually like trust your hearing with it, because it's so dramatically different. You kind of have to leave it, come back a few days later after you've played like some plexis and 800s and stuff, and come back to it and then hear it again. But
I should notate that this schematic, I drew a couple different versions of the power amp. So one of them I kind of titled as like the optimized spec. It's kind of just what I've been doing as far as if you look down at like the tail of the PI, those are more traditional like 800 values. But if you go, I think, to the next page down, that has the ones that came out from Marshall. So they're a little bit different. Like,
Oh, this one right here.
yeah, R35 is a 15K instead of a 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
R19 is a 1K. And you'll
91,
notice,
91K up here on the plate.
yeah, like they
Yeah,
tried to
exactly,
balance
yeah.
the PI a little bit different.
yeah,
And the coupling caps, you'll see both versions. Like you'll see the 22N and the 47.
It's got 47 in, yeah.
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 The 150Ks. I mean, that definitely that's big in the tone department.
Yeah.
Tighten things up. Yeah, 150Ks there.
Well, I mean, yeah, 150K, but then again, you get the .047s there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of,
then
it
it's
sort of brings
changing
you back to,
Trade off.
Bring you back
It-
straight off.
yeah, it sort of kind of brings you back closer to the .022s
Yeah.
with the 220s at that point. So, there's a
And
little bit
Marshall
of
did
gain
these
back
grid stoppers weird in the 90s. Like on a lot of these 900s, and I think even the 6100s, they would have two of the valves would have the grid stoppers in series with the ones preceding it. And that's the way
Yeah.
they're drawn here.
Yeah, it's almost like the old style where they did it on like the plexis, where you've got the 1.5K, between the two sockets, but then they just thought, oh, we'll just add another grid stopper in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for like a little extra.
Oh yeah, this has got a triode switch. Somebody said triode switch. This has got a triode switch on it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Or does it?
Yeah.
Does this have? This have a? Okay.
Oh, and this,
Yeah,
this
yeah, it's
schematic.
got
Info triode switch. Does this have that?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
over it's here, right?
And they work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, it's there. Okay.
I've never liked the sound of that. I mean,
No.
it's
Not a
Me
huge
neither.
fan of it. I'm
Not a
huge
fan.
fan of it.
It's not. It doesn't do enough to the volume to make it worth sacrificing the tone for me. It's
100%.
like,
Yeah.
it's kind of pointless.
If you want to
Yeah.
go 50, if you want a 50 watt mode, it's better off just lifting the cathodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is off. Okay, so off the 4 ohm tap, 27K negative feedback with that
Yeah.
filter. Yeah, that's
So it's
Not a
kind of
lot.
more like a 16 ohm tap at 47K ish
yeah,
gain, roughly.
a lot of negative feedback.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were trying to smooth something out there. I wonder if it was a shitty layout or something, maybe on the PCB that was triggering some. Maybe again, like
What? That
Maybe some
preamp's
weird-
bright.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's bright preamp, and then the back end of the amp. It really does look like they were trying to get rid of oscillation.
Do you think also they were trying to, like, you think about the era 93, 94, they're trying to get something that's a little bit smoother in the top end out in the market?
Could be, but I mean,
Maybe. I mean, was the rectifier smoother on the top end?
yeah, no, exactly. It's like
No,
I
not
think
really.
things were going angrier at that point.
Yeah.
It's a fizz box, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, there can be, but yeah, look at it. Yeah,
A fizz box.
Yeah. Fizz
yeah,
box.
a fizz box.
Well, we've done good so far. We're almost 2 hours in, and we haven't shit on modelers yet. So
Yeah, mate. There's always time. There's still time.
Modeler, we got fucking modeler hands. We got to come out with the modeler hands again. Dan, was there anyone on the cruise who had modeler hands?
Well, to be fair,
how many modelers are on the cruise?
Pretty much
That's a better
everyone
question.
was playing through modelers. Like 90% of everyone was. You know, we were playing through campers, through live cabs, but you know,
well, at least you had live cabs. You were like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, at that point, you're using the camper as a preamp. Is that what you were doing? Really?
Yeah,
just like,
well, they're powered campers, you know. But let's face it, you know, it's like, you know, as long as you've got some stage volume there happening, you still retain that energy and you get that live feel. That's the big factor with it. You know, it's difficult to internationally travel with big amp heads and stuff like that.
But the best sound was Akira, and that was an amp.
That was like JCM900.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but hit with some pedals and then his.
Yeah, he was probably hitting
touch.
it with like he's got like
His
an
touch.
EQ, I think, going in front of the amp and everything. So he's got that cocked wild vibe, whatever he plays through. So
yeah, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, people using Kempers too, and they sounded good in the mix, you know. But again, I think it's just, you know, you've still got to have live cabs, and luckily, nearly everyone had cranked, you know, loud speaker cabs on stage.
What was your Brent? Brent, what was your setup in Guar?
Well, when I started, I had like a bunch of angle stuff, and I was just trying to kind of like do what was already there. Okay. And then I think a couple years into it, I mean, I hate this stuff, man. It's just really, I mean, no offense to angle, but it's just like I've played an 82 2203 pretty much most of my career. So I just was like, I'm going to put, and in 2014, I was like, I'm just going to put an 800 in there and be done with it. And funny about modelers is I played an Axe FX 2. I think we got those that same year. And I think midway through a tour, I gave mine away.
Hell yeah.
Because it was, I mean, literally just gave it away. I mean, we paid for them, but it was like, I'm never going to use this. Like, I mean, it was okay. It did a thing, but
soul sucking.
It did not do anything better than the 800. So that stayed in my rig forever. And I took the effects loop out, put the zero loss loop in it because it was a reissue head that I was touring with.
Oh yeah.
And then so I had like a stereo, basically like a wet rig. And sometimes I'd run just like dual mono. And then a couple tours, I would run like 2 completely independent amps with independent effects loops and everything. Because the rig was huge. It was like 6 feet tall. And it was, it was a glory rig. I didn't have to move it. So we had a road crew for that. So, but when I'm touring now, I just bring a couple of heads. Nothing.
Would you run that 800 boosted all the time?
Yeah, with a TS9, just a stock TS9. And then later on, it was an OD9, which is basically a tube screamer with the switching circuitry pulled out, so it loads down the signal a little bit less. But and the OD9 sounds great, but you just got to kind of think you still need a buffer, or that'll load down your guitar. But yeah, a boosted 800, and then I had the last rig had also a Silver Jubilee in it, which also I left the stock loop on those intact, but I put a zero loss effects loop in that one as well. And that one was also boosted with a TS9. Gain on the amp kind of rolled back a little bit, and I had an EQ in the loop just cutting 400 just on the Jubilee. But the 800, so my raw sound 90% of the time, it was just guitar, tube screamer, 800, done.
Right on. I got another question for you, because there is like only one guitar that's on my radar right now that I've been looking at, and it's those those RIP.
Oh man,
and you got it right there.
Got one of them right here,
dude. Yeah. Oh my god, they're so sick. Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I've been looking at those. How do you go about getting one of those?
Just send Rob Gray a message. I toured with him a couple of times, and he was always playing the guitars that he built, and they were they were just awesome, you know. And kind of what I was going for was, I'm a Les Paul player, but I like, you know, the Star Destroyers and the V's, the Rhodes V's. I love all that stuff, but I never got along with the Fender scale, like the 25.5. So basically what this is, it's a pointy shredder guitar, but it's got a Les Paul scale, and the neck is like a baseball bat. It's huge. It's bigger than a 50s Les Paul. So because I like that too, the just the big honking necks.
Yeah, you got a couple of those. I've seen some of the video. You got like a Sunburst one?
Yeah, he made me another one that's got the Tune-O-Matic style bridge, so like a fixed bridge. Because I mean, in Guar we did a lot of stuff with the Floyd Rose, the whammy bars. I'd do all the dime bends and the big squeals and stuff. But in my other bands, I'd never used a Floyd. I mean, I liked doing it, but at the same time, when we had good guitar techs that could let us switch guitars mid-show, if I didn't need a Floyd, I wasn't playing it. You know, I was playing a stop hardtail, because when you're doing the double stop bends, that was the big thing, you know, because like it's kind of hard to do the bluesy thing with two guitars, because you're pulling your other stuff out of tune every time you bend up if you're doing double stops or wiggling chords. You know, I play with a lot of vibrato even on full chords, and it's just kind of a mess, you know, if you're not careful.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in talking to him about getting a guitar.
Yeah, he's terrific, man.
I like what I've seen, man.
That's
Do we
cool.
have anything left on our SL-X
I think
here?
are we done on the scheme?
I think so.
I'll pull it down. I think so.
Dave-
Man, nice
Dave's
job.
Dave's got plans. I know we said we were going to do 2 hours.
Yeah,
Dave's
yeah,
got
that's
plans.
right.
I got
So,
plans. I'm gonna go
I'll
see
just
Tracy.
I just got a couple of things that we'll go to the chat here real quick as we finish up. So
Would y'all touch on the difference between, which was weird, between the 5881s and the EL34s? Like they changed the circuit to say that's what the tubes sounded like.
Yeah.
Oh,
did.
right. And what changes did they make in the power section?
They tweaked the PI just a little, and but the big thing was they changed the filtering, and they changed the dropper resistor, and they added a resonant boost in the 5881 model. So if you put a 5881 and an EL34 side by side, the 5881 has more bass. It's just in the power section, and it's got, I mean, they're not worlds apart, but I've always told people, it's like, man, if you want the EL34 to have more bass, you can put the resonant boost in that amp. Like, you don't, it's not, they'll all play nice together. So I mean, typically I won't really do the resonant boost, but I'll change the grid leaks to 220K. I'll change the grid, the PI coupling caps down to 22N, and that first 1 microfarad capacitor on V1, I'll drop that down to 0.68, and that tightens it up just a,
I can actually see that anyone can go and download this document right from that link on the Marshall site. Maybe I'll put a link in this video for anyone who's watching. Right, you can go to the description. I'll put it in the description, and you can download Brent's amazing document. But I can see that now, man. There's a fixed depth circuit, which is not on the EL34, right? So 33K in parallel with a 0.0047.
Yeah.
So
pretty minor, just a little, but
yeah, pretty minor. It's like a depth pot just cracked on.
just cracked.
yeah,
out
it's
there.
like it's cool at bedroom volumes, but once you turn the amp up, you really don't need it.
Exactly.
Just like any depth pot.
I remember that era when EL34s kind of went away.
That's why Soldano changed, right?
Soldano always was 5881s.
I thought he was talking, maybe one of the early Tone Talks. He said something.
Well,
about
the early era I remember specifically. So this would have been like very early 90s. I remember specifically, basically, you know, at that point in time, the king of the EL34 was the Siemens German, you know, RFT EL34 that everyone used, and that was gone. what are we gonna do now? And so the 5881 was the logical choice because it, in actuality, it sounded closer than any other choice. And then Sovtech was just getting their original EL34s together, but it was the EL34G, and it was just not there yet. It wasn't there yet. They later got it there, but it wasn't there yet, and it was.
It doesn't sound great.
You know, it didn't sound great. I mean, later the EH ones sounded fine. Those sounded good and very similar to the original, the German, you know, RFT, you know, Siemens RFT, whatever you want to call them. But that was nowhere close. I remember that dark time when it's like, we don't have them anymore. No EL34s. None.
I'd cry.
And curiosity did get the better of me, and I did go through and measure the output transformers between the two models. And it's true for every 5881 Marshall, even the 9200s, the 9100s. They never changed the output transformer. So it's got the same primary impedance for EL34s.
100%.
Well, I'm gonna, you know, the one that I've got's that 5881 version, and I fired it up stock and it sounds good. So I'm gonna leave those in there. I'm gonna try to work around. I think it'll be
big time.
Yeah, it'll be cool. So I'll share that. I'll share that in the coming streams that we do. But yeah, the amp doesn't have a choke either. No choke. So
that's the other thing that I added to those amps. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
choke.
I'll definitely add a choke to that.
Yeah. I added like a, I don't know, like 4 Henry choke to it.
Yeah.
Just made things a little bit more responsive, a little bit tighter when you crank the volume up loud. It's not so much more apparent at low volumes, but you hear it when you're really pumping the volume. Just feels a little bit more together, you know.
Yeah.
So it has just has a 100 ohm resistor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which works fine. I mean, it's cool.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's just got a different sound on it, you know, when you do that. Same way like the JVMs, if you do it with the JVM amps or the JCM900s, you know, they've all got the resistive version in there instead of the choke, and you can try one or the other, or maybe even stick them on a switch and have like, you know, switchable resistive.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You can just make it like really fucked up and like do it. Give them multiple options.
All right, so we've got one more quick super chat here before we. So Walrus is saying this is Dave's favorite Marshall.
Of course.
I mean, I mean, you know, fundamentally, I think this is a cool amp. I mean, you know, I haven't had any experience with it whatsoever. I don't think I've even ever played through one. But looking at it on paper, it looks like it could be really cool with maybe a few minor little tweaks. Yeah.
You don't have to add the tube. I mean, a lot of it's there, right?
Yeah, no, it's all there. What I found the most funny of it is that so what year did this come out exactly?
90, I think. 93, I think. Yeah.
What I'm really curious about is didn't the original Soldano hot mod come out before 93? Yes, it did.
I don't know. I had those.
I'm pretty positive it did. I think it was more like the very late 80s. And that one stage is verbatim the original hot mod. I mean, like, other than a couple resistor values, slight different, but the 2.7K, the 820, the plate resistor, everything, even the bigger coupling cap. Later, the newer versions of the hot mod are a smaller coupling cap there to tighten it up, but the early ones weren't, with the weird tube that was used. But like, looking at it on paper, I'm like going, that's exactly that.
Yeah.
So Interesting.
It took inspiration from it.
Did
Definitely.
Marshall rip
yeah.
off Mike Soldano?
Well, all this stuff is connected, man.
Should be
the whole
interesting.
timeline's connected. It's just even today, everybody's taking.
No,
them
I
and,
know. I
just
know.
what
It's
it
just,
is.
everyone takes from everything, that you
Yep.
ever learned or you ever saw. That's normal. That's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Or you tweak it to what you like.
Yeah.
At what point does it become not the original thing and become your thing? Someone define that, please.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you change
don't
one
know.
part, is it now your thing?
You gotta
is
change
it
more than
three
just one
parts?
part.
Yeah, I
More than
think
one,
more
maybe.
than
Three parts is it?
3 parts.
Three parts is more, right?
It's a very subjective.
It's a very subjective
Yeah.
discussion
is.
here,
Depends what parts, isn't it?
Well, what's
yeah.
worse is when you spend months coming up with the circuit, and then like a week later, you find that exact schematic somewhere else. Going, damn it! There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
This is true, man.
Yeah.
I will say this before we hop off about the we're talking about the Larry thing. So this particular amp, the SL-X, it definitely has a family tree from then. Whether Larry did it before or not, there's a family tree from this particular amp, and the Randall Satan Ola's signature amp. It shares the same topology. The Thrasher is really similar, some of the Fortin stuff. So, this amp itself, and I think everything Larry has ever done is basically really similar to this, with more filtering, taking the 10K stage back to where it should be. When I saw some of the Larry stuff, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what it should have been. Like the changes or whatever his is, like it's good. So, but it's interesting, It's there's a lot of similarities out there to this amp still, and people don't really know about it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
I get a question for you guys while I have you here, at least the three of you. So the Jose clipping diode master thing, have you ever seen that anywhere else?
What do you mean? The master, the pre-tone,
stack master with the clipping. Have you ever seen that anywhere else?
So Dave, the only thing I can think of is that the VTM that we looked at, where it was done with
but that was post. But that was
fixed resistor. Well, they had the fixed resistor. Rather than
But that was post Jose. So
What
I mean is, where did he get it from?
Oh, where did he get it from?
It's a damn good question.
I still had like a theory that the idea was like sparked off the back of like the clip circuits you see in like the old MXR pedals and things from the 70s. But the way he implemented it was different things.
Yeah. What's really curious to me is, where did that come from? Like, I mean, I feel that it must have come from somewhere that we're not seeing, or something. That
Probably
some obscure thing that we're not seeing.
Yeah.
Or the idea was spawned by something.
It has to be.
It was kind of
even the
unique
10K
thing,
point two.
that I've never seen elsewhere. That's where that just like.
Well, I mean, using Xenas back to back like that as a voltage clamping device.
Yeah, that
comes from being used in being used in electronics for all kinds of things. But to then take that idea and then go, oh well, I can use it as a limiter style.
Yeah, but the funny thing about that is it only really works properly with that master. I mean, it clips if you don't have that master and things, but it's not quite the same response.
Doesn't quite sound the same. Yeah,
it's not quite the same response. And I always find that kind of fascinating. And also, if you turn that to 10, it doesn't have, once the power section is starting to distort, it does nothing.
Yeah.
It's not adding any. In other words, once you're square waving the power section, that's adding nothing.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I've done this experiment,
Yeah.
and I'm like going, no, it's not adding anything.
Maybe
just,
just a little, just a hair. Like it's a 1
kinda
meg to
not.
ground. It's a 1 meg to ground with the clippers on.
If it's on 10, if the amp is like, say you put it in a stock Marshall and you turn that to 10, it's not really doing anything. Yes, it's actually technically lowering the threshold into the phase inverter. You know how much voltage is getting into the phase inverter, but at that point you're already square waved anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's just like a block.
Yeah.
I've messed with it with the both masters. I don't know. I think
With
there's
it on
something-
10, with the amp on 10, I literally messed with it on the bench, and it didn't matter if it was there or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
really
really one of those things that comes into its own really for when you're running it anything less than 10 on it.
Yeah. Which
Totally
is
makes
what he
sense.
said to me.
Yeah, it totally makes sense what he said about it.
He
Like,
said low volume playing. That's what it was originally designed for.
that's it.
And
Like Studio Master or something.
yeah, basically that's what he had told me. And
It works for
I
that.
find that fascinating. And
I'll
like
tell
if
you
you
though-
cranked up the normal Jose and you cranked up to the power amp distortion, you know, and just really loud,
Yeah.
you know, it's as much gain.
Dave, have you ever used those pots that you sent me and Jason? Those
Yeah.
CTS pots? Those are
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah, sure. They're just a reverse audio taper. Yeah, I use it.
Yeah, those
from time to time. I don't do that many of that kind of master. So, but
Shit, I think we still owe them for those, Jason. We still owe Dave something for those.
We do. Oh, I
Just send me
forgot.
something, man.
So never mind.
I think you
Fine.
did, man.
Yeah, we'll send you something back.
I don't even remember what it was. It was nothing. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't bad, man. Just like, yeah, whatever.
I often take the wafers out and stick them in other pots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
This is what,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's great for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if you ever switch the diodes out, that pot doesn't work at all. You know what I mean? Like if you make it switchable where the diodes, then it's like, wow, way too loud,
Yeah,
way
totally.
too fast.
Yeah.
You almost want a dual pot. That one pot has the reverse audio, one pot has a normal audio taper, and if you switch, and if you were to switch the diodes out, you switch the pots.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be done.
Well, those
Oh, yeah.
those certain ones that you sent us, because I don't remember the story. Like you got them from a company or something.
Got them from not BBE, Leo Fender, GNL.
Okay.
GNL
So there were
Guitars had them, and they had them in stock because they used the reverse audio taper 1 meg pot on some lefty guitars or some shit. And they had them in stock. They didn't know what to do with them. And some guy that was working there at the time contacted me and goes, "You want these?"
Hell yeah.
I
Yeah,
literally have a huge, massive bag still.
I got a lot too.
It's going to take till I die to get rid of those.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I mean,
Yeah.
me and Jason have used them because I use reverse tapers alphas a lot,
Mhm.
and that specific pot that you sent us has such a unique taper and sound. It sounds
Oh, yeah?
nothing like any of the other stuff. Yeah, it's very
that's
unique.
cool.
So yeah, and think about using those for something, man.
I mean, I use them if I do that kind of master, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't often do that kind of master.
Yeah.
I don't. That kind of thing has never been my
Not your thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. It's cool, but it's not been my thing. So
Yeah.
I kind of like more percussive, less gain kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like really like just smack you in the face kind of.
Yeah.
More cranked up old amp kind of thing. I mean, ideally for me, doesn't mean everyone wants that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I see a trend. More people are going that way. It's interesting.
More people are going which way? Back to the amps?
Yeah, well, more like less gain a little bit because they're realizing that the
You're going that way.
punchiness is like
you're gonna do a Vox amp, right? So
yeah, well, yeah. Oh, that's cool. I already tweaked it since NAMM.
Yeah, I bet.
Tweaked the look a bit too, so
keen to hear it.
like kind of cool.
It's gonna be really cool.
Fun. It sounds just like my vintage copper top Vox. So I mean, with an amp switcher, click, click, click.
Is it going to be a head?
Sure, Dan. After you got the amp switcher, Dan, I'm sure like things become very, very clear.
Yeah, big time.
Yes, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm way far off on this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good because you don't have to sit there trusting your hearing, the whole time.
Yeah.
Because let's face it can change depending on whether or not the day before you battered your ears with a loud amp.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't always trust it. You need to be able to do it in real time switching, and then you can actually trust whether or not it's nailing it or not.
I just gave an old amp switcher to Tracy, that I had laying around because he gave me a guitar, so I felt I needed to give him something back.
What guitar did you get?
Oh, he gave me one of those EVH, not the striped version, but the ones that are unstriped, of the thing. He gave me one of those.
Hey, they're really cool.
They're cool. Yeah, red one he gave me.
Nice.
What perplexes me on that guitar is why they stopped producing some of them, and the black ones they stopped producing. And they don't exist anymore. And it's like, why do you eliminate black?
Yeah. Most popular color, right?
Like why would
white.
you do that? He gave me one of those. I'm like, what the fuck are you giving me this for? I don't. No, you should have it. Okay, fine.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Like, all right, you're gonna get an amp switcher now.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I'll hopefully be meeting Tracy this year.
Oh yeah,
they're going on tour. Yeah, they're going on tour. They're picking up a tour bus pretty close to me.
Oh yeah, they are, right? Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
man. Tracy's an awesome hang, man. He's the best,
doors.
Man.
He's gonna come visit you, man.
He's a sweetheart.
That's what he told me.
Doors are open. We'll have fun.
Yeah. In fact, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going today. Yeah. When I have dinner with Tracy, and then we're gonna go to his show.
Sweet.
At the Rainbow in the parking lot.
At the Rainbow, yeah, awesome. That's
I saw you posted that.
Yeah, so it'll be fun.
Awesome.
I were just at the Rainbow the other day, so I don't know if it's awesome or not, but okay.
This was a good stream. Hey, I want to answer one thing in here. So somebody asked me how the Unholy Grail was coming along for 2026. I did a pre-order about a month and a half ago on those, and I'm shipping them this coming week. And yeah, man, everybody's stoked on the amp, so we'll be making more of those, and I'll just do pretty much small batch pre-orders as we go.
Awesome.
Well, I'll make some more, but
yeah, man,
everything's going good on that.
Just keep making them, man.
Oh
and I missed the super chat. So Jamie's Guitar Corner. Hey, thanks, brother. Cheers, guys. Always a treat to hear four great minds discussing their experiences. There you go, man. I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for that. All right. Hey, thanks for jumping on, Brent. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I've been watching the show forever, so it's awesome, man. Be a part of it.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's been awesome to meet and make the connection. And man, I subscribed to your YouTube channels over the weekend. So
yeah, we should talk later. We've got a lot of mutuals. Like Bob Strachelli lives 40 minutes from me. So
I wondered if he did, man, because I thought when I saw where you were from, I wondered whether you were close to Bob, because Shay mentioned to me that you know him. So
yeah, great guy. I wish
he's awesome, man.
We could never connect because we were always on the road at the same time or separate times, but yeah, he's a great dude. So
he
sounds
a
couple times.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Okay, Dave. Well, man, we're nearly 2 minutes. 2 hours and 30. So
That's
I know you
fine.
need to
I'm
go, so-
we went a
good.
little over. Yeah, it's okay. It was fun.
Yeah, man.
Have fun tonight,
It's
Dave.
always fun.
Oh yeah,
Have fun
it'll
at the
be
show,
good.
man. I wish I was going, but damn it.
It'll be
I'm in
fun.
Indiana.
You'll go see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? They're great. They're great live. They're a really good band. I mean,
Real amps, eh?
Yeah, I mean it's real loud amps.
He always
Proper.
gets great time.
Proper, like it's funny. No matter what he plugs into, he seems to make it work. It's interesting. Interesting thing, but it's like his initial setup is JMP style Marshalls with like echo. In recent times, it's been like echoplexes and things like and a few pedals and stuff. And here's the hot tip: the mini Ibanez flanger pedal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The how they have the
Remember that?
mini series with the tremolo and they got the tube screamer and whatever. The flanger pedal, man, it's fucking to die for.
I'll have to buy one.
Oh my god, it's to just buy it because it's like crushing. It's almost like a Van Halen flanger on steroids. It's like amazing sounding.
Yeah.
And it's so simple and so tiny, and it's just like fucking amazing. Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
So
It's good to know.
he's gonna rock that tonight.
I'll get one.
Dan, fucking rest up, man.
Yeah,
you're
mate.
yeah.
gonna have a
Hopefully,
couple days of rest after this.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping the old sea legs are going to wear off soon.
Yeah, man. When did
Right.
you
What do you
actually?
mean next year?
When did you actually
Huh?
get back home? When did you arrive home?
Yesterday.
Well, we
Yesterday.
took an overnight flight from Miami. We landed in the UK around midday, and luckily I actually slept on the flight, which was a miracle. But to be fair, like me and the drummer, we left the rest of the band at the airport for like 9 hours, and we went to Miami South Beach. So we were out
Oh,
walking
good
the whole
choice.
time. Yeah, man, we left it and we went out, got some good food, went walking down like South Beach and everything, and Ocean
South
Drive.
Beach is fun.
Yeah, and then we just got a cab back around 6 and then flew at 9. So I was totally knackered by the time we got on the flight, which was great.
Yeah.
So I was just like lights out.
Perfect.
So I'd probably
Perfect.
be worse if I hadn't have slept.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
South Beach
But-
is fun.
oh man, it's beautiful.
I
It
like-
was
I like it
crazy
there.
hot as well, right? Like when we were there. So I mean, it was just perfect.
But South Beach has a cool vibe to it. I like the old,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
old.
the water is just like beautiful there.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty-
clear.
I like South. I don't like a lot of Florida, but I like South Beach.
Yeah, I
It's
actually really
got
want
a
to go
vibe
back
to
there
it.
now and see more of it. I really want to like
The Cuban vibe and the whole thing with that.
It's like it makes Scarface, isn't it? Through and through.
yeah. It's
It's where
pretty
the
cool.
old chainsaw scene.
A little
was
while, a little while back, I had to go to Florida because I had to go to a wedding in down in the Keys, Key Largo. I had to go to a wedding in Key Largo, but we stopped in Miami because you fly into Miami. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
let's stay in Miami for a few days, and let's just go straight to South Beach and stay right on South Beach, at a
Yeah.
cool place, and for fun, and then we'll move down to Key Largo, which was amazing. The resort at Key Largo was, resort at Key Largo was like, you have a room, it walks out to a little garden, and you can walk out your sliding glass window wall to the pool that's next to your room,
Oh,
where,
nice.
where there's a pool bar and
Very
a hot
nice.
tub and the pool.
Yeah,
And then
that's my kind of
also
thing.
you could go in the ocean, and all within like 20 feet of each other.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Bang. That's the
yeah,
life.
I mean, yeah. And the pool bar was, we used that quite well, shall we say?
My mom and
should.
dad just
Yeah.
and dad just got back from vacation they were down in Florida. They just got back the other day, and I was talking to my dad, and he goes, "What the fuck was I doing living in Indiana my whole life?"
Yeah.
I mean, granted,
I'm like,
Florida
yeah.
has its parts that I don't want to live in, but there's some areas of Florida that are kind of cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
had me
the
reconsidering my
keys.
life choices.
The Keys in Florida. Yeah, the Keys in Florida are particularly nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're kind
so
of cool.
nice there. I mean, and the weather's good all year round. Again, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
California, right?
It's not like England.
Nah, exactly. We're special.
Yeah. And come on out here, take a visit.
Yeah, I should.
Come to California, take a visit.
Trouble is, I'll just want to stay there. That's the
Let's
issue.
hang out.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
I need to. Perhaps I'll do it for next NAM. You know,
I think we need to make a commitment that we
Come on, make a commitment for next NAM, guys.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
probably next NAM's gonna be a likely.
I think we need to do it.
You guys can all get together and get the same like Airbnb
Yeah,
or something. and
Airbnb,
you're probably getting in on the cheap.
Yeah,
This year,
Good way to do it, man.
This year probably be easier, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, Jason hasn't flown over to the States for a while because he's put out his preamp, and he was flying over here twice a year, so he's about due to come back.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, man, it might well happen.
Oh yeah, I think NAM 27 would be the way to do it, man. I mean, it'll be here so quick.
I know. The year just flies by, mate.
Oh, so fast.
Totally, man.
So fast, man.
Got to plan for it. Got to plan for it now because it'll be all of a sudden we'll be in like November, and we'll be like, oh fuck.
Yep.
I think I'm going to wind up at the Guitar Summit
All right.
this coming
So,
year.
that's the
German.
Germany one.
Yeah. In September, I think I'm going to wind up at Guitar Summit, so I'll be over there.
Yeah.
Come visit a
Don't know
Guitar
whether I'll do
Summit.
that.
You're
Yeah,
not that far.
Maybe Guitar Summit will work. Yeah.
You're not far.
Not
I'll
so
hit you
far.
up if that's going to happen. That's
Sounds like
an
a
easy
deal,
one.
man.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
way
like a
easier.
deal.
All right, guys. Cool.
All right,
I
guys.
got to pit so bad. I'm about to run away.
It's thanks for everyone for tuning in. We had a really good number on the listening to the live stream today.
Awesome.
So thanks for everyone jumping on.
Thanks so much, guys.
And we'll be back in a month with some other fascinating amp. We need to think of what, but we'll figure something out.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming on, Brent.
Need to talk
See you
about.
guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Really appreciate it.
Cheers, man.
All right.
See you.
Cheers.
Bye.